All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the fucking commentary again. We're back at it again from the quasi little bullshit that I call break. Honestly, like, I am gonna be starting to do more of this as well. Either videos or live broadcasts like this. By the way, is the stream working? Because OBS is doing a little fucky wucky before, and if anybody's in the chat can say is the stream okay and live, I would like some confirmation. Because I really do hope so. Second of all, why isn't there music playing? Copyright. I don't want to fucking risk copyright. Such a pain in the ass, but yeah. Anyhow, I think it's working, but I don't necessarily know. Let me just open a different browser. Actually, yeah, let's open a different browser. So yeah, for the VOD and for everybody listening, you might be asking, how the fuck is this elf qualified to talk about this shit? Quite simple, really. I'm a law student in real life, near the end of my studies. I only have 2 exams left, but I'm Serbian. We currently have protests, so universities is literally paused right now. Literally. Are you woman? No. I am man. As you can tell from my voice. And honestly, I am somewhat glad to be a man. Let us see for a second. But since you are chatting, that means the stream is working, so perfectly good. Thank you for the confirmation, actually. But yeah, I am a law student in real life. Technically, I'm specializing in diplomacy and crime, but I know my shit about slander. And the definition of slander, defamation, is kind of more and more universalized. There is a universal definition and qualifications. However, each country kind of does it a little bit differently. Some cases that, for instance, in Europe, and not just European Union, but Europe, most of the time to qualify for defamation, there must be damages. However, there are 2 types of defamation. Defamation per quid and defamation per se. What I'm looking for is if there is defamation per se. Defamation per se, to broadly, how do I say this, to TLDR it as much as humanly possible, defamation per se is a very high tier level of defamation, where the statement is so fucking bad, that it doesn't need to actually be proof if there is the basis of defamation for a prima facie defamation case. And prima facie means at first glance. Alright? So that's what I'm currently looking at, because from what we'll be watching Kat's video live. And I haven't watched it. Because I wanted to, I don't know how to better say it, to give myself a bit of a live reaction. I have read Doki's doc though, and we are gonna be reading that together as well. Plus, we are gonna be first doing the Doki doc, then Kat's video. In my opinion, because we need, because Kat basically, from what I've seen, what people told me, Kat bullshitted in there and misinterpreted some stuff. We are going to be reading Doki's doc first to get the whole fucking truth out there. Then we are going to be watching Kat's video, and we are going to be comparing shit. Now, I'm also aware that Katliente got her, saw the tweet and I think the doc live, and she linked her VOD. However, I have a counter argument why that to me doesn't make any sense. Not make any sense. Why it's bullshit. You're gonna be hearing a lot of swearing, by the way. Fun fact, a lot of lawyers, prosecutors, and judges swear like sailors. It's just we're told to not swear. How do I, where was I? Oh yeah. If you already had reviewed the doc, alright, why didn't you post that as well in your video? From the very outset. Or better yet, why have you fucking posted that video all together? Oh shit, there's a storm coming. Fuck. Well, if there's thunder, we're gonna have to pause the stream and we're gonna have to redoing everything. I have the greatest luck, everyone. So yeah, let's just jump into it. So first off, we're gonna be reading Doki's doc. All right. Now where is my display? There we go. So, false statement on the charity auction recent allegations. This is what they mean. So the charity auction, this is the whole point. Doki had a TLDR, Doki had a charity auction for custom built PC. And, pardon me, charity auction where one of the prizes was a custom built PC. And the allegations are that she didn't pay the artist and the PC maker, right? So let's get on to it, all right? Full statement on the charity auction and recent allegations. To everyone following the situation regarding the charity auction, I want to address the claims that have been circulating, particularly in a recent video. That is Katliente's video, because she is the only one who has posted a video during that time. And it was the only big one. And it was the only one that talked about it. And she was the only one who had a fucking, the doc, the info. Which is kind of weird, right? But we'll get to that a little bit. This has been an incredibly difficult experience, but I believe the full story deserves to be heard. First and foremost, I accept the handling of this auction item was far from ideal. I want to sincerely apologize to those impacted, especially the winner, for the delays and confusion, and I tremendously appreciate the patience and support the winner has shown me. I take responsibility how things unfolded. But I also need to be transparent about the challenges that were taking place behind the scenes, many of which have not been shared publicly until now. By the way, I want to say this, that she definitely had a lawyer read all of this and tell her what to write. And I'm not saying this to a detriment to criticize. I think that is what she did was a smart move, especially from my perspective as somebody who is trained to be a prosecutor and shit like that, right? I feel that it is time that I share this with everyone, as I have come to terms with what has occurred during this in the summer. Summer 24, by the way. At the time of the auction was concluding, I was in the middle of a serious and distressing transition. My previous management team has taken over full control of my brand. I was actively working with lawyers and police to reclaim the ownership of Dokibird. And now, I've seen some people actually not believing this, but this is I'm gonna say it straight up. This is far common than what people think. Because Dokibird, she has to register her model and everything. Her brand is an IP, to be, legitimate, because she has to have an LLC and shit like that. And I'm speaking more in general terms, because this is something that every country has a different mechanism. And I'm not American or Canadian, so I can't say much. If she was Serbian, I could tell you up and down all of the nitty-gritty details. But yes, this is actually something that can happen, and managements, especially very much managers that like to abuse their talents. Pardon me, not abuse, malicious. Because a lot of managers like to milk and use their talents to their own gains. All right. During this time, I was also forced to move out of my home under police supervision. A situation so severe required formal reports and the help of professional friends and staff. It was during this incredibly turbulent time that the charity item fell into the hands of my team while I was trying to survive, restart my life from ground up. I won't go into much detail, but this screenshot is a snapshot of how bad it is. So she was basically told by her either management or friend. I'm gonna explain. You can read it, pause the stream if you want, and read this little screenshot or the video if you're watching the VOD. Depending on where it gets cut. Like I said, surprisingly, the weather forecast lied that there wasn't gonna be a storm. So she just left. I have a small window of time to leave the apartment. So we don't know what the hell this happened. And I've seen a lot of Niji sisters fucking trying to speculate on bullshit like that. Some of them literally were trying to spin this narrative. They deleted the tweets, so I can't find them, and I was too dumb to not archive them. But a lot of them fucking tried to spin the narrative as, oh, her BPT's acting up, she was crazy, that's why she had to get out of with the police and stuff like that. Like, come on, dude. Stop being a fucking bastard, in my opinion. Because a lot of Niji sisters are very petty. Because, oh no, she exposed Niji Sanji's bad practice. Oh no. Come on. And I have a lot of stuff to talk about the Niji sisters. However, and I did plan a video on them beforehand with their bad behavior and history of bad behavior. I'm sitting on that video because last time I even remotely hinted on posting that video, I got mass reported. They failed, but I'm a small channel. This shit would can me. You know? But back on to the point. By the way, 2024 was the year where the Niji Sanji stuff happened, I think. Very early on in 2024. This happened around the 7th month. That's July or something like that. July, because August is number 8. This was like 5 months after her attempt. So she already was still like having a lot of fucking shit happening to her in this time. But yeah. So this all here is genuinely a plausible excuse for her. Now, in my opinion, I don't think she should have done a charity right so soon while she was in a turbulent time. However, she was blowing up and she probably wanted to use the fact, I'm speculating here, and she probably wanted to use that growth to probably do some good. So I can't fault her for that if that is the case. But yeah, this is actually quite okay. This is actual excuse in my opinion. So to be fair, wait, how many pages are there? I forgot. 7. Okay, this is gonna be quick. So to be fair, my team and I were out on a lot of pressure. Yeah, no worries, Badger. Good to see you. Like I said, I probably would, if the stream is cut midway, that's because there's a storm brewing and I don't want my PC to be fried. Alright? Because for some reason, an unexpected storm is gonna happen. I hate it here. I hate it in Serbia. So, we still came out of this and had to immediately start to pick up the pieces of the business. During this time, there was no attempt from the other side to follow up or reach out after the initial silence. My staff wasn't sure how to proceed, and I truthfully was overwhelmed and unable to manage the situation while trying to re-establish basic stability in my personal and professional life. Again, I don't know who this is. Maybe it's the manager, one of her part of her management team. I genuinely don't know. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit just in case. Hey Doki, there's a metric ton of work that's still unfinished / unaddressed, and as much as I'd like to give the room to let you settle on the move, shit needs to get done. We can't keeping pushing things back. It's already unprofessional that things have been delayed this long. Charity auction has multiple items that need addressing. The most important being, okay, so this is August 5th, okay, being the custom PC that has still made no progress. And I've received another inquiry as to where the plan for it is. Bottom line is there needs to be another builder arranged, or at least the budget, 6.6k USD, allocated to either build the thing or reimburse the bidder in full. Eventually, I stepped back personally to handle a PC build when it became clear it was being dragged too long. I contacted the builder myself, was informed of a form of prior medical emergency. Still, no follow-up has ever came from them afterward, despite months passing, and I had to initiate the contact again. And this is one of, this little Excel sheet, by the way, is very important, but we'll get to that later. Also, my father's in IT, my brother's in IT. I grew up building PCs, literally. For some people who like to play puzzles, I like to build PCs when I was a kid. I know a lot about PCs. Hardware-wise, at least. Programming, not so much. My brother knows programming better. I mean, he fucking went to university for it. But I know the hardware very much. As for the auction process itself, the starting bid was always intended to reflect the cost of the item. This was standard across all auction pieces, and many artists we're working with can confirm this. I was confused when the PC build kept increasing in price from 6 to 8 to 12 to 14k, with no consistent rationale. This part right here tingled my autism. This little part right here really tingled my lawyer side of the brain. Because just what PC were they building? I do wonder that. Yes, I don't know. Let's look at, for instance, the new. It was 2024, so the 50 series hasn't came out. So we're gonna look at the 40 series. Okay, let's go. GTX 4090. Let's say price. And I'm gonna look at Nvidia. See all buying options. I genuinely can't give a shit. Yes, I will agree. Now, please fucking give me your buying options to see what it is. Coming soon. Oh, fuck off. Nah, let's go to Amazon real quick. So let's say this is like... Oh, for the love of God. Yeah. Okay, I can see it right here. 3.5K. And let's say That's this price. Like I said, back then it was a little bit higher. Let's say 4K or shit like that. I'm sending shame comments to her right now. Huh. Really, huh? I mean, I really don't know why are you doing that. Who, Katliente or Doki? Because I disavow both of those attempts, by the way, mate. I don't want anybody to be mass reported or shamed. I just want Katliente to be held accountable. But I sense you're trolling, so I'm gonna give you one more try, one more line of chat before I ban you. Cat. I disavow what you're doing. Hold her accountable. But don't fucking go mass report and spam her. I don't tolerate that bullshit. Well, this is the first ban of the channel. Sorry, mate, but I don't like that shit. Where are you? I don't even know how to ban people on YouTube. So I'm just gonna ban you for 24 hours here. Yeah, I genuinely, lads, do not agree with any kind of behavior like this. I like Doki, but there's a limit to how much you should act like a cunt. Be responsible, hold her accountable, that's it. Soft VTubers. Because of my colleagues' college finals and new drama. This is sort of not old drama, but not new, not old, somewhere in the fucking middle ground, mate. But yeah, welcome in, and you find the stream. But yeah, before I go back to the point, like I said, do not fucking spam report Katliente. I disavow that. Just respectively hold her accountable to her bullshit. That's it. That's it. Because if you're doing that, if you're really acting like a fucking schizo, you're literally screaming at deaf ears. You're not doing anything contributing to Doki. Hell, you're actually doing Doki this disservice. Because the Niji sisters and everyone else who hates her guts, and there's a lot of them, will use that to fuel themselves to hate on her and harass her. I.e. the Binted. Like, for instance, Bint's rise to fame was actually doing this. Trying to paint Dokibird as a... Basically, trying to paint Dokibird as a bitch. And knowingly allows her fans and community to harass people, other people. That's what Bint did. That's how Bint rose to fame, by the way. Now, because they failed, they are now saying, I don't hate Dokibird anymore and shit. But that's a different fucking topic for another day. Suffice to say, they cooled off because they couldn't do shit. That's why. Anyhow, let's get back to this little thing. So, this, like I said, this little rising of the price has really triggered the autism in me. Because it's kinda sus. You know? Why are you raising the price all of a sudden when the parts were already so and so picked, right? And you can't just inflate the prices of the hardware. Like we already saw, the 4090 is like 3.5K right now. Probably was a little bit higher, but stuff like that. I don't know. Let's look at the processor. What's the common processor, people? Let's say Intel i7 13th gen. Yeah, there we go. Let's look at the processors. Like here, like 300 bucks. All right. So we're already like stacking everything. And 6K is slowly but surely getting to the point where it's kind of logical to be at like 6K. Okay. Plus the wrapping and decorations and shit like that. This drama is old. Not so old. It's a week old, basically. A week old around. Let me just check when did she post the video. 4 days ago. Yeah. It's still fresh, but also not, you know, fresh off the mill. And we're gonna be reviewing all of that, this whole fucking video. I asked a lot of people, and some of them are actually either fellow law students or lawyers. And they had some very interesting stuff to talk about this little video right here. And that's the reason why I am now looking at it. Because, and here's the thing. None of the comments were good. So I'm gonna be very, very surprised, probably. I even offered to pay more than the original bid due to the delays. But the shifting figures of the eventual threat of delay penalties for missing an arbitrary deadline left me overwhelmed and unsure if I could continue the partnership. Now, a lot of people do not understand what this fucking thing is. I do, so I'm gonna explain it to you all. So, for all of this, she had to fucking make a contract. Every contract must have a deadline with this type of stuff. It has to be. There must be a deadline usually. Now, probably the US and Canada has different ways, so I can be wrong. If people know about US or Canadian law, please you tell me. But usually, the two main important... The deadline... Well, actually, no. I have to retract something what I said. The deadline is usually not obligatory. However, when a deadline is set... And usually it is, in practice it is, then it's an important fucking factor. Because there are the two important things about making a contract with an item is the item and the price. You're German, right? Serbian. I'm Serbian. Do I sound German? I don't speak Deutsch, my Freund. But no. But the optional third important thing is the deadline. Okay, so I did miss out. Know nothing about law. Not a law student, but I'm gonna listen. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna be more and more generic. Because like I said, I'm Serbian. I'm not US or UK or Canadian based. This is charity. There is no contract. No, not between the winner and Doki, but between the builder and Doki, there is a contract. Apparently. Because there is. Because you can't have a cancellation fucking fee if there is no contract. Because if there's no contract, then the cancellation fee is not enforceable. In some cases it could be, but that's a long ass lawsuit that nobody, not even lawyers, like. I thought you were German. Oops. No worries, mate. No worries. But let's continue on, shall we? Should not even be a 6K for this. Honestly, like I said, I'm giving my, like, we already have, okay, actually, no, we have the prices, I forgot. But, I also was showing, that is one way from Cat. One way from cat what? But yeah, let's get on to it. The builder provided the irrational hours time log, asking for obscene amounts of services we never agreed on. Eventually I was told, yeah, yet I had not agreed the finalized scope of costs. There was no contract signed between me. Okay, so there wasn't actually a contract. I misremembered then. Wait, so mea culpa. Alright, mea culpa. I misremembered. I retract my previous statement. Okay, then this cancellation fee is fucking barely enforceable then. If there is no contract, then there is no fucking enforceable thing to make her pay 4K. Told you. Yeah, noob. You're right, mea culpa. Unlike a lot of people on Twitter, I can actually admit when I'm wrong. Here's the quotes they sent us. Alright. So let's look it up. Case. Okay, let's look up the... Wait, what the Okay. I'm not looking at this in detail. I read the document before, but mostly skimmed it. However, this is now really eye-opening for me. Okay, 6 fucking K for labor costs. Ooh. This is something I never seen before. And I'm very deep into the into the PC building community and shit like that, alright? Like I said, when I was a kid, I was building PCs. I was 7 when I built my first PC. Usually with the help of my father. The artist person is so dumb. How can she expect to get a cancellation fee and continue? How the fuck did you... no, I'm gonna one-up you on that. How the fuck does the artist expect to have a cancellation fee when there was no apparently proof of labor? When the fuck? That's the first... Because if there's no proof of labor, you can say, or there's a cancellation fee, but when you tell the job or the defense attorney, let's say Doki's for instance, says there was no proof of labor, the judge is gonna be looking at you very intently of what the fuck are you making her pay a cancellation fee that there's no formal contract about, and worst of all, you didn't prove labor. Maybe in America you can actually get your cancellation fee, enforce a cancellation fee without a formal contract, let's say with that, and maybe you don't need to show proof of labor for that. Maybe it is. It's America. I've heard a lot of shit about their legal system. A lot of it is bad. But let's go on. So the parts, let's see, 850 for the case. That's a very expensive case. It's probably they account the decorate. Oh, actually, no. Hold up. We are getting the actual things here. GPU, GTA, RTX 4080. Okay, let's hold up. Let me see the price of specifically this card. RTX GeForce 4080 Super. Let's go with the it gets worse. Oh boy. How much am I gonna fucking burst an aneurysm? Let's see. The price is for this. Where the fuck did I click it? See all buying options. Again, this is the coming soon. Okay, fuck you. What? This graphics card usually costs... Okay, it costs now 1K. It's charging more. Then again, this is 2024, so probably the price was higher at that point, so I'm gonna count that in, but fair enough. Let's continue on. So all of this in total is this, but the fucking labor. How many hours? 40 hours. Project production labor. 32 quid per hour? Huh. Okay. Okay, I know this is an estimate. Wait, how many hours did he fucking say they did? 280 hours? Alright. And the timesheet they claim, like, fucking hell, 6K labor total. Dude, what the fuck? Okay, it just hitting me right now, but I seriously, like, what the seriously, what the actual flying fuck did he do to fucking slap on a 6 fucking K labor cost price? If somebody was fucking charging me 6K for labor, I'm definitely fucking asking in minute fucking details what the actual fuck were you doing in proof of labor. Like, there's no sugarcoating this. The timesheet they claim to have accumulated already for 120 hours, which my staff and I found untruthful, especially when I was not shown any proof of labor. We requested there was a way for us to provide proof, which was then also ignored. Calculator simplified client Dokibird. So this is what he was he sent Dokibird. Wait a damn fucking minute. Okay. So so this was this. So he spent 3 weeks, 120 hours, 3K pounds sterling. What were you fucking doing to spend 240 hours? Were you counting for sleeping? What the fuck was he doing, man? Okay. Here's where my experience as somebody in the PC building side is. I know amateurs who build for less than 75 fucking hours. Alright? I can build a PC in that time frame, and I'm a fucking amateur. A professional should take very much less. This doesn't make sense whatsoever. Because what was the fucking can somebody fucking show me the PC that was supposed to be fucking given to the charity winner of the charity auction? Because if I remember right, there's like a fucking wrap only around it. Wrap and some other like doohickey cases standing up that were probably 3D printed. It just doesn't make fucking sense. like I'm being dead serious. It doesn't make fucking sense. But let's go on. Throughout this, I asked for one thing multiple times. Alright, this year, February, a time-lapse video of the PC build that was drafted, which the builder themselves had originally said had existed. Doki, I think you should have fucking shown the screenshot. Maybe it's in here. But we'll see. And they told us it existed. I asked for proof that I could see it. Then was ignored. I even stated in writing that I would pay full amount. No questions asked. Despite multiple requests, me and my staff via email, it was never delivered. At this point, the builder's behavior was showing bad faith to me, the buyer. We have requested these items multiple times in various emails, and you have stated that you would provide them, and we still have yet to receive the items. We said that we were willing to provide the compensation if these items were provided, so we do not understand why this has been ignored multiple times. Dokibird team, we have never agreed or communicated on any pricing of anything for you to make a quote for us, and that this would be a chargeable service. No other company does this, and you do not make it clear to us that you are charging us for this as a service in any way, shape, or form when we reached out to you in 2025. You did not inform us that anytime we interact, it would be charged. You have claimed to have worked with us in the past before 2025 with Dokibird Production Incorporated. On this regarding mock-up created about a year ago, and that you wish to get paid for those services provided, and that item isn't on your timesheet and wasn't charged. This raised, this alone here is it's raising an eyebrow for me. This raises even more questions on our end. You say the mock-up was the work that was being charged for until you added the other items later on with no tangible proof, wrapped up the services that weren't communicated. Let's see what he did add in more. It's probably in the labor. He most certainly added it in the labor fee. That's why, and we haven't been shown this, but he also disappeared for 6 months without notifying us in the beginning until 2 different managements gave up talks with you. If you do not have the time lapse, then please tell us the truth that you don't have the video. Then came 2 incredibly personal accusations that crossed the line for me, that I was pocketing the charity money and that I did it for a tax write-off. Apparently this is Katliente's accusation. That I'm gonna say this straight up. This can be counted maybe as slander. Defamation per se, because it's one thing to say somebody's pocketing money. It's another thing when you're pocketing charity money, because that's a whole different severity to an accusation. Because here's the thing, anything pro bono, anything charity related, anything that is counted, that is painted as an act of good view, and when you are being accused of severely misusing the goodwill and the nature of charity work or pro bono work, you're under far more bigger scrutiny under law if you are charged or sued. All right? Therefore, it depends now on the country. Here in Serbia, you can say that with a lot more certainty that it can be. It still depends on how you're accusing them. But usually it can be counted as defamation per se. Now, here's the problem now. Katliente could be also, and I can be wrong, she could be also, because she posted the video and did a stream about it and shit like that and presented it as facts, it could be also pro quid, because she was showing some stuff. It can be argued, but here's the fun fact about law. Maybe. A lot of lawyers, and myself as a future lawyer, we all will say maybe. Because there's always an option. Whether it sticks is an entirely different thing. It's an entirely different thing. I also been seeing that Doki is saying that Doki should sue her. There are two sides of this of me. One is the human side of me, the layman saying she should have. But the lawyer side of me says don't. Unless there are damages that came from this. Because lawsuits are... A lot of people think lawsuits fucking last 3 or 4 weeks. No, they last months. Honestly, I will be very much surprised if a lawsuit lasts 3-4 months. I'm not entire... The average here in Serbia, at least, is like 6 months. Lawsuits can last a year, 2, 3 sometimes. Hell, I know lawsuits that lasted 5 years. There are some lawsuits that are being now, how do I say this, tried from the COVID times. You all do not understand how COVID set back a lot of fucking lawsuits. Like, it won't do... Here's the thing, Doki has fuck you money. She could. But this... So, material-wise, she can. Because she has a lot of money, mate. She has spent a lot more money on fucking tournaments than a lawsuit can do. Material-wise, she can do it. Here's the thing, does she want to fucking stress her ass off with it? Because lawsuits are... Oh, you don't understand how fucking stressful they are. They're stressful for lawyers. Let alone the person who is suing, and most importantly, the sued one. You know? Like I said, they're draining. They drain your soul. They last long. They cost you money. A lot of money. There's a saying here we have. It's a joke as well with lawyers that to open the door and get in our fucking our office, we charge you $50. That's a joke, but there's truth in that joke. So yeah, like I said, I am always surprised when a lawsuit lasts 3 or 4 months. That is not the norm. 6 months, you can I can definitely see it. Year, definitely. I'm not surprised when that happens. Lawyers are not surprised when a lawsuit takes long. We're always surprised when it doesn't take long. That's when we are like, huh. Okay, that's something. But I'm skirting away from the topic. But yeah, pocketing charity money is a very, 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 very serious accusation. It's not the same as accusing somebody for a crime, a very serious crime, which always is the defamation per se. But this is something very bad if somebody is doing that, and it can be. Depends on who you ask, but it, in my opinion, can be defamation per se. I asked my mom, who is a lawyer for 40 years, about this, and she said, yes, you can argue that is defamation per se. Here's the thing, another lawyer can probably say the opposite. So it really depends on who you ask, and more importantly, what the legal practice is. The legal science and legal practice say. Because every single country has a different opinion. But I digress. All money from the bids went directly to the charity through Tiltify. A lot of people do not also understand how charity streams work, by the way. Especially for Tiltify. I remember a lot of Niji sisters accusing false ID for pocketing charity money when he was doing a charity stream, which he wasn't technically a part of the movement or whatever the campaign was. He just butted himself in. However, he was using Tiltify. And there was this one fucking Niji sister. I have actually screenshots of this. I was laughing my ass off. I used these screenshots to share with my fellow law students as a joke. but this quote unquote Niji sister law student colleague of mine said accused false of a crime with certainty, like charity fraud to the first or second degree, something like that. And and I remember, no, second degree. I know for a fact he fucking, I remember now because he was wrong. Because the charity money he raised was more than the limit of second degree, which would have made it first degree under US law. So I'm already into this day kind of speculating whether he was bullshitting that he was a law student or not. But I digress. Every single donation that is done for Tiltify goes directly to the charity and not the streamer. No. A lot of people do not understand that. This part is what gets me. Kat and Doki use Tiltify. So the money goes to the charity, but then says Doki could have... Exactly. Now that you said that Kat also used Tiltify for this, this also paints a very, very bad picture on Katliente. Because now what you just said, I'm now more leaning that she was deliberately being malicious. I was skirting on the fact that she was grossly negligent, which she has a pattern of doing. Gross negligence is a first degree of negligence. There's just basic negligence and gross negligence, which is a higher severity of negligence. But now what you're saying, we can argue that Kat may have done it intentionally. Because what you just said now to me, nerdy, she used Tiltify before. She should have or could have known how Tiltify works. How do you pocket money if it goes through Tiltify? People really think it's very easy to pocket charity money if you're working with a charity. No, that's not the case. If the charity is worth their salt, they make sure that the creator does not get the money. Wow, the hypocrisy. It's not hypocrisy, it's negligence or malice. I paid it's worse than hypocrisy. I paid artists out of pocket, including shipping and production costs, and in some cases even covered or created or increased their rates myself. To be accused of this for personal gain was crushing. Especially as someone, I have chronic sinusitis, TLDR. I get mucus always goes down my throat, so you're gonna hear me coughing a lot. Constantly try to share what I have with others. Now, a lot of people also have accused Doki with the same bullshit, but there were a lot of artists confirming that she does have a pattern of doing this. Doki could have, I don't know, maybe shown this as proof. I'm now nitpicking a little bit. That's just my autism side. But I am nitpicking a little bit. But que sera, it's not needed because she has a track record of doing this exact same thing what she is saying. You're right, this comes out super malicious. Yes. Very much so. I wouldn't be surprised if Katliente is like that, because the people she hangs around or associates with, for instance, Sylvie fucking Spark, which me and the person right in here now, Badger, have the collab stream. They are 6-7 hours long, exposing Sylvie's very bad behavior. And negligible behavior as well, because he likes to fucking quote laws when he's not a law student, or more importantly, a lawyer, to say that. For instance, he doesn't know the difference between SA and grape. He doesn't. He convolutes it into one thing, but there are two separate crimes. Yes, grape falls under the umbrella of SA, however, they are two different separate things. And grape is a higher tier of SA, which is its own crime. It goes all over the place. We will get to that. Yes, there is actually a fucking picture of them meeting at TwitchCon. With Sylvie's face censored, by the way. He posted his PNG on over his face. But they met, they know each other, very much so. And he leaked his, and when he leaked DMs of me to me about Lennox, he leaked, one of the DMs he shown was fucking Katliente. So they are in contact with each other. The moron leaked his own DMs to me, by the way. There are two other more streamers. One, the two others I won't show, but they are very known shit stirrers. One of them I will protect to the ends of my earth because they do a lot of charity work and they're actually a good person. But yeah, I digress. Due to how emotionally charged the situation became, I choose to step away and let my team manage it more professionally. This is actually a very, very fucking good move. I was on a rare, long-awaited vacation at that time. While also suffering from severe food poisoning, I was trying to resolve the situation behind the scenes. This was well documented on stream and on social media. Yes, it is. I remember her talking about the food poisoning. Anyone who knows me knows I rarely take time off. She's a workaholic. I know I have close friends who know Doki. She is a workaholic. To a very not good degree. This was a trip to Japan for my first LAN Apex event, which had been planned for months. Eventually, I worked on with a new PC build using my height case. I upgraded all my parts, all the parts to my own expense, and tried to spend nearly 10k to deliver what was promised. Unfortunately, Amazon canceled my plans. My parts order shortly before the winner's travel date. Meaning we could no longer deliver the PC on time. The winner and I mutually agreed I would send them 7.5k to build their own non-thing. You can hear my dad. There we go. So she sent proof that she bought the parts, her own, and she apparently refunded the winner. Okay, this is actually a more professional. Why is Toki, even when she fucks up, and when something fucks up, I'm not gonna say she fucked up. I'm not. I wanted to say that, but I'm gonna retract what I wanted to say. Even when shit happens, she's still more professional than Katliente. What the fuck is wrong with her? Katliente, I mean, what the fuck is wrong with her? I mean, I get it. She's basically a fucking tabloid. Knowing tabloids, because Serbian tabloid news are the embodiment of fucking cancer. If you thought American tabloid press was bad, you haven't seen Serbian. 2 days later, the video was posted. After the payment had been made, and I was looking at the time. After the payment was made, and the issue had been settled. The video description and pinned comment were edited after the fact to say I had paid the auction winner, but it falsely implied I also did it out of public pressure. That is simply not true. Oh, okay, there we go. We have okay, yeah, I remember seeing this, but we have confirmation that Doki has reimbursed the charity winner. Okay, May 11th. Okay, when's Cat's video up? When was it up? 13th of May. It says right here, 13th of fucking May. Oh, does it show on stream? Yeah, it does. It says 13th of May. So there's no fucking reason to say it was public pressure. And this video is the first time anybody fucking tried to fucking say Katliente is the source of everything. By the way, spoiler alert, she's the creator of that doc as well. Not she tried to. I heard that she tried to paint the video as the PC guy made the document and not her. But this is secondhand knowledge. We will see in the video. I know she streamed it. And she edited it out. But like I said, Badger, she is now editing the. I've seen Rima's screenshot of this, and my first critique I started in this video is, why the fuck did you post this video when you're aware that it was shown during your stream? Why did you post it entirely? She's gonna say I blame the editor. I know I've seen on Twitter that she blamed her editor, but there's a second fucking question then. Have you fucking even looked at your video that your editor has sent you? You're doing this professionally, if I understood it right. You're doing it either as your primary job or your secondary job. Either way, you're making some okay money out of this, okay? You have to do your due diligence, my dear. So even if you're blaming your editor, why didn't you review the video your editor has sent you? Also, it's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The more I'm asking questions, the more I'm seeing it doesn't make sense. Anyhow, I didn't screenshot anything from our conversations in the Discord group because I hope to resolve things privately without dragging this into the public eye, which a lot of VTubers and YouTubers should fucking do, by the way. There's no need to make a Google Docie to every fucking thing. Anyhow, in hindsight, that was naive. No, you had the correct method of thinking, Doki. I'm gonna straight up say you're correct in thinking of that. However, we're in the age now. We are in the the period of VTubing and content creation in general, where trying to have common sense and keep everything in private is now bad because people now just like to make shit up and using out of fucking context clips and to get and create a scenario to the point where you can only find out if you watch a whole fucking VOD that is like 6 fucking hours. For those who don't know, I'm quoting I'm implying the Kirsch situation. Fun fact, I'm more left-leaning. I initially believed the fucking accusations. However, I got the fucking VOD where the fucking infamous clip comes from. I watched it entirely, and I have a fucking different now opinion of this, and I believe people were lying. Because the VOD and the fucking people on and the articles and the V-tweeters are 2 different fucking stories now. And I'm gladly believing the VOD because it's the entire fucking stream. And if people are gonna ask if I will cover the Kirsch situation, no, I will not. Because it involves a lot of stuff that happened in the US. I'm not from the US. I don't understand the entire context, situations, whatever the fuck it is. My opinion, that will do zero bullshit. And frankly, I don't want to fucking spend my brain cells on this. Especially as somebody who actually fucking, how do I say this, encountered neo-Nazis? And actually defended myself against them, if you know what I mean. I have a scar on my knee to prove that. I feel like sometimes people outside of the VTuber community wants to do VTuber drama just for clicks. I mean, Hassan is doing that right now. Well, that's just maybe just me. Maybe. We will never know. Also, to just add the final thought about the Kershaw situation now that I mentioned, I'm just gonna say this straight up as a law student who worked in corpos before. I was under a lawyer apprenticeship with a lawyer from Samsung. I know how corpos work. Especially about news agencies, I'm gonna say this straight up. They won't. The editorial will never remove an article unless there is plausible chance that they will lose a lawsuit. Or if there is a potential to be sued. They will never remove an article. Never. Just saying. I'm speaking from very good experience, first-hand experience. Yeah, like I said, at this point, we are at the age of narratives of one-sided, and if you have common sense and not drag something in the public eye, you're gonna get dragged into it anyway, and you're gonna defend yourself for it. Sucks, but sadly, it's what we have right now. The pain cuts deeper when I see people claiming I didn't want to pay because it was the most expensive item. That is not true. I paid for other auction items valued even higher. And this was never about avoiding payment. It was about trying to navigate an increasingly confusing, emotionally fraught, and mismanaged situation in the middle of one of the hardest years of my life. Which is true. 2024, the Selengate, aka when she attempted on her own life. The management situation, her depression, still fine, because as somebody who has major depressive disorder, you can't cure yourself. Once you get depression, you cannot cure yourself out of it. It sticks. It just depends on whether you can shove it in the farthest corner in your brain or not. Because once it fucks up your brain permanently. You cannot undo it, sadly. Meds help, therapy helps, community helps. Community, family is really helpful. It's the most important thing, by the way. But you cannot just shut it off now. So, yeah. And now people have to bring up all of this bullshit. And I'm gonna say straight up, it probably hurts her more than she is showing. For context, I always try to treat the artists I work fairly. Sometimes I pay late because I'm overwhelmed and unwell. And as my community knows, I faced numerous health and personal challenges lately, but I always pay. I've covered late fees, offered bonuses, and donated to artists in need. Now to be accused of being manipulative, exploitative, after everything I've given financially, emotionally, is devastating. By the way, if somebody can tell me, did Kat edit the video after it was posted? I'm not saying the fucking edits in the comments and stuff like that. I mean, because you can in the YouTube studio cut different segments off on YouTube. So if anybody knows this, please do tell. Like, sorry, creators should stay on their side of content. Leave the VTubers alone. Like you said, creators take out of context clips and make a whole drama. It's shit. It's shit. I'm not perfect. I get emotional. Talk from the heart. Not always from a business only place. And yes, I should have kept some personal matters out of these conversations. That's on me. I'm only one person trying to keep everything afloat. To be called a manipulator, gaslighter, when all I've done is trying to fix things, learn and grow is deeply unfair. This entire experience has broken my heart. This statement was not something I ever wanted to write, but after being repeatedly asked to say something after having personal pain used for public drama, I felt exploited, felt I had no choice. I hope this is the only time I have to speak on this. Moving forward, I will no longer be handling direct negotiations for my brand. I've learned that my emotional communication style makes me vulnerable to being misunderstood, misinterpreted, and I don't want that to affect others. Honestly, it's a 50-50 in my opinion. It's smart, but if you can, do it. But if you can't, if you're not trained for that and shit, do use a lawyer or a manager. Preferably a lawyer. Because a lawyer will make a formal contract and that fucking settles a lot of stuff. Okay, this is the final part. I hope people take a moment to hear the full context, not just the most viral part of the story. Thank you to those who have shown patience, understanding, and support. Apologies for my break this week. I am tired. Yeah, it's because her dog recently got out of surgery. All right. So that's the Dokibird. So now we're gonna be so why did I read this? Then we're gonna watch. Now we're gonna watch the Katliente video because this provides more context to the Katliente stuff, and we are gonna use this dog as a basis to debunk some of her stuff, serious accusations, if any, she puts on. Now I've been told from this is secondhand knowledge that Katliente twists the narrative a lot. And some of them even said that she did it maliciously. Zatvori vrata.
Sačekaj malo, sam se jelo, kad si već do sad čekao. Prvo jedi to, a onda vođe.
Dad says his name. Say his name. Yeah, Dad. That was my mom. She was giving me my meds. My allergy meds. Because it's allergy season. I'm allergic to fucking willow pollen. What is sprouting right now? Willow trees. Oh, my mother died. Well, and it's all over my fucking building complex. My mother died. Fuck. There we go. Well, she was kind of forced to, but yeah. So we're gonna use this. But like I said, Kat twisted the narrative and stuff like that. Allegedly, she has the PC builder in there. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but she claims that the doc wasn't hers, that she shown on the video, or she didn't say it. This is a claim. I'm not saying it's a fact, but people would not fucking post this little thing right here if she wasn't transparent for that. Anyhow, now we're gonna go to Katliente. By the way, Katliente is like I said, a tabloid YouTuber who is notorious for not doing not even bare minimum of research, and she caused a lot of bullshit. I remember she clickbaited a VTuber's cancer. Oh shit, hold up. Yeah, speaking of that, here's the fucking VTuber, she clickbaited her cancer. Oh my god, poetic, huh? She also basically incited harassment on a pregnant VTuber who is a lolly. By the way, oh for fuck's sake.
So this is
This is the video. This video, allegedly, hers, but only once, and reacts to it like it's not her dog. Okay, so basically, she says it's her dog, but she also is trying to fucking make it seem that it's not her dog. Okay, so there is fucking dishonest behavior. Thank you for clarifying that. So, okay, I am taking that into consideration. Yeah, that's some bullshit behavior. You acknowledge it's your dog, but you're reacting to it like you're seeing it firsthand. Come on, nah, that's now it's set in my fucking brain right now. Nah, that's malicious behavior. That's actually malicious behavior. I'm gonna say it straight up. But yeah, this fucking video, by the way, I'm just giving you a clear, it's still up. Incited harassment on a pregnant fucking VTuber. Now, I'm gonna be straight up. Some of the lollipop girls were saying some edgy shit. But no, somebody who I've seen also, Badger can attest to this. I mean, I have the fucking entire Twitter space with a certain masked bastard in there, calling them PDF files. Not openly, not ad verbatim, but he basically like what I mean by it. One guy said, "I'm not calling them PDF files," and Sylvia's going, "I am." So technically, he is saying that, just not word by word. So he can, he thinks he can. He's saying that will avoid a lawsuit. A dumbass. But yeah, she was basically didn't do a single lick. This was 9 months ago, by the way. A single lick of research, and it led to a harassment and an attempt on the pregnant VTuber's life by her own hand, allegedly. That's what I heard. The fact the video is still up is something extremely telling about her. But now we are gonna be watching this fucking video. I have severe. Okay, so we have. Ooh, oh, thank you, Cat. You segmented it, everything. Oh wait, okay, you put the fucking. Doku responds and deflects. Deflects. Wow, nah, this isn't negligence. We've read the doc. This isn't negligence. Is this the same doc? No, it's not the same doc. Oh boy. Oh yeah, this is malicious, dude. Okay, let's look. No, I'm seeing I'm seeing malice now.
Tea so piping hot, none of you guys have actually heard about it before because it has not been posted anywhere. This is about a big VTuber.
Okay, hasn't been posted anywhere, so you're claiming now that you're the first-hand source. Or the primary source now. Not a good look if you get sued, Cat. Not a good look.
By the name of Dokibird and a charity stream that Doki had hosted over a year ago. It's actually crazy how bad this all falls apart. Manager's like, why does it cost so much? Why couldn't you donate it? Right? How is this the artist's fault?
This is the first time I'm fucking watching a video of hers in general. She's very much, the segment alone is telling me she's gonna spin the narratives a lot. Definitely got the message leak from the artist, lol. Yes, definitely. And if you want me to get this, take a step ahead further, I think they fucking were in cahoots to make this fucking video because she made that doc. And she was the only source now at this time. This dog wasn't everywhere. She said it herself. So there's now implying that the artist, the PC builder, whoever it is, had malicious intent towards Doki. And now cat is being used as a speakerphone and as a fall guy to allegedly now slander her. Because this is definitely an attack of her on her image. I mean, it can't be worse, Ada. I have Badger still here. You can see during the Sylvie streams, I literally got enraged, and I wasn't yelling. When I'm mad, I was yelling, but when I'm actually mad, I'm dead cold. I screamed in the pillow as well. So it can't be worse than Sylvie Sparks docs. Damn, I wonder if the artist tried other channels. I mean, there's definitely bigger fucking drama tubers who cover VTuber shit than Katliente, so definitely. It's just Katliente would take anything, literally anything, if she could see the stir up drama or shit to get money. Like, this is her known pattern. I haven't watched a single video, but I already fucking have enough information on this girl to know that she has a pattern of this. Like, clickbait. She clickbaited fucking cancer. That says alone with what the type of person and creator she is. Of course I'm expecting her to not do her due diligence. And now I'm hearing how she talks, and I'm just like, well, fuck me, dude.
How is this the artist's responsibility that your company had no official
Let's
loan
skip. Let's skip.
this document, so I want to make sure. And it appears there's a new builder who is doing the build for free. I made this document, so I want to make sure I'm covering this correctly.
Okay, she does admit that it's her doc. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. You say it's your doc? However, you're
how bad this all falls apart. Artist's fault. Why does it cost so much? Why couldn't you donate it? Right? How is this the artist's fault? How it...
Okay, you made that doc.
Why couldn't you donate it? Right? How is it...
But how are you acting like this?
It's the artist's fault. How is this...
You made that doc, and how the fuck are you faking a surprise reaction then? It doesn't make sense. It literally doesn't make sense. That's a new angle I haven't done. I mean, you have to take a lot of angles. She's desperate for clicks. Yep, I know. Yep, definitely. This is desperate behavior.
The artist's responsibility that your team, the PC is valued and it will pay Hiltify. By the there's a new builder who's doing the build for free. I made this document, so I want to make sure I'm covering this correctly. Is this real? Unfortunately, it is. So, the context is, Dokibird hosted an auction that ended March 3rd, 2024 for a custom-built PC designed by the artist, with the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation being the charity of...
I have a new question, by the way. Why the fuck are you the one who made the doc? Why the fuck are you the one who made that doc and not the artist or the PC builder? Who are claiming that they had suffered damages, financial damages. No. Here's the thing, I've seen worse shit in my practice. Fun fact, Serbian law students are required to have mandatory law practice in a court under a law firm prosecution. And after our third year, we can actually work as paralegals in law firms or courts or whatever. Like, I actually, because I'm gonna shorten this story. I told it a lot on my main channel, but I was held back by unprofessional professors, and not just me, but like 500 or more students, professors of obligational law, contractual law, basically, and they heavily mismanaged that class, and that's a mandatory subject, so we cannot go to the next year basically until we pass that. And TLDR, we got held back, a lot of us. I know some people who enrolled in university in 2012 are still trying to pass that exam because they canceled a book which they're basing their fucking exams on. Let that sink in. and obligations, contractual law is a shitstorm. So we don't have a textbook to study from. I mean, we do, but it's literally half of the things we need. So imagine you have a half of a textbook and you need to pass an exam. But till they are, yeah. But I digress. I passed it, for those who don't know. But the point is, during that time, I volunteer worked a lot to build up a CV when I graduate from university, which is hopefully soon now, because I have 2 exams left. And I have a lot of now, I have some practice. Now, granted, it's Serbian law, not US law. So take my word for a grain of salt. I'm not saying as a professional opinion, I'm saying it as a personal opinion of Vex the layman, who knows a little bit how law works. But TLDR, I've seen a lot of worse shit like this than you like, Ada, you don't understand how inheritance law and procedure works. When somebody's parent passes away, the deceased, the deceased, there, the inheritance and shit like that, you're getting a part of their, what's the English word for it? Their wealth and all of their items, Let's say wealth. That includes houses, land, rights, IP rights and shit like that, money. It devolves into a war. I've seen worse shit, TLDR. So trust me, this won't get me to scream in a pillow. I will cringe. You will audibly hear me cringe. But that's it. I like I said, I've seen worse.
Choice for the Tiltify.
Property, yep. Thank you.
If you guys don't know,
I'm not a native English speaker, even though I have a C2 in English and I speak better English than 75% of the fucking English-speaking population. Yes, I'm actually classified under that. So yeah.
Tiltify. It is a charity platform in which auctioneers can go and sign up on the platform, host charity auctions on there, and then it will pay directly out to the charity of choice. In this case, the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation. The way Tiltify works, money does not cross the hands of the person who hosted it. So with Tiltify, Doki will not touch the money.
This is an important fact, boys. This is an important fact. She is aware how Tiltify works. She's aware that how Tiltify works, and more importantly, that it doesn't go into the creator's hands. Important note. Okay, so can somebody tell me straight up, does she in the doc, or she implies that she pocketed the money? Let's see, maybe the management shuffle. Should have donated, guilt trip begins. The budget gets weirder. Deflects. Does she even remotely in this video try to elude or claim that she pocketed the money? Please tell me she does. If so, I'm gonna straight up say if she sues her, that alone will just instantly lose her the case, and I'm 70% sure of that. I, a law student, can win that case. If that's the case. I'm saying straight up. You all don't understand the autism in me right now. How my brain is tingling. How much money I could have milked as a lawyer. I can milk out of her. Then again, like I said, a future lawyer. A future lawyer, let's say. If I had a case like this and if my client is suing her. Oh boy, you all don't understand how much I could milk that. Especially since here in Serbia, there's also a fun fact called immaterial damages. So emotional pain can be also requested. And this could be classified under emotional pain. Oh, I could milk that shit. I'm not sure if she states it was popular or not, because everybody is claiming that she said it. That's the trick. That's one of the reasons why I'm now why I was interested in reviewing this. But let's go on. Okay, hold up. Dokibird hosted an auction. Custom build designed artist with the brain behavior. PC valued at 3.5. Winner bid at 6.6k. Proof of Doki saying the artist would be paid. The artists and creators will be running a charity auction on stream. I'm not looking what she is now highlighting. I'm literally reading everything. Work with me to make Doki themed items, plushes, figures, sculptures, sign art for prints to auction off for charity. I'll be paying you for your service. Please send me your portfolio. The items to be completed before the auction starts, so do not worry about any rush. The auction was special towards Brain Behavior Research Foundation, which is the funding research cures. Okay, she's...
That's just how Tiltify works. The PC is valued at 3.5k and the winner bid 6.6k on the PC. What is the Brain and Behavior Research Fund? You know what? That's actually a good question. So if you go onto their websites, it reads funding cutting edge research to fight illness.
This is not important.
But it looks so. It sounds like a good charity off the rip. I mean, I didn't do research to the background of this charity, but it looks good. Also, again, I don't think I need to say this to you guys again, but please don't send hate to any parties involved, Doki or any of the other individuals.
Please don't send any hate. Alright, hold up. Let's look at the comments real quick. Let's see. Okay, these are a lot of Alyssa stuff. I remember seeing Niji Sisters in you. Where is it? Where are they? Oh, for fuck's sake. Dude! I like the framing of this video. Okay, I remember beforehand when that video pops up, I seen a lot of Niji Sisters. Hold up, let me just try to... Nah, I don't want to leak a Discord. Clickbait cancer. Show me the way. She's too big to suffer on the... Oh, okay, this comment is... This fucking comment. Hold up, let me just show you. This fucking comment is comedy gold. Remember what Kat said, she's too big to suffer any blowback? Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, this is whole swamped. This whole comment section was fucking at one point just full of Niji Sisters, and now I don't see them. Shit. Doki being one of the biggest VTubers, and she should have footed the bill, paid the artist her team higher, means compensating for the immense emotional manipulation that put them through, plus her removing herself from talks because her feelings got... here we go, Niji Sister spotted. Here we go, found one. Ha! Found the cunt. Alright, let's see where else. Let's see. Yeah, I remember this whole fucking thing was full of Niji Sisters. But now it's recent comments because of Alicia, stuff like that. Fuck. Never mind. I vividly remember one comment, literally. I screenshotted it, but I don't know if I can find it. Hold up, let me try to find it. I remember this one fucking one comment. I know I posted it somewhere. Where they were like being extremely fucking pathetic. Like extremely fucking... extreme pathetic behavior, in my opinion. Let me just try to find it. Where are you, you little bastard? Can't find it. Shit. It's probably on my phone then. Never mind. Alright, let's get back to the video.
individuals as well, okay, because we're not out here trying to go harass people. It's kind of just to like...
I know on Twitter this led to Niji Sisters using it as a fuel to harass Dokibird. Oh yeah, fun fact, if you want to know how to spot Nivko Niji Sister, Nivko was, by the way, a former site, now defunct, where a lot of corpo VTubers were doxxed, you know? It was full of a lot of insane behavior. That site is a site where 4chaners and Kiwi farmers who know of that site were disgusted by it. That says something. And I have screenshots of that. I'm not going to show it here because this is not the topic of the video, but I've seen people wishing death on certain VTubers. Like, for instance, Rosemi from Niji Sanji, where there was a rumor, allegedly, she had a boyfriend. And one person literally, end her now. I'm censoring myself, by the way. That's what they said. Racism. A lot of schizo fucking behavior, a lot of parasocial behavior that would probably put them in a fucking insane asylum and shit and go on. And a lot of big fucking Twitter profiles who all will probably know now because they're very popular right now. Beforehand, I have a screenshot of one of them downplaying what Nivko was. And allegedly praised it. I don't have that proof, but some people say they do.
Lay the information out. So, proof of Doki stating artists would be paid. 1. Doki states February 20th, 2024 that artists would be paid for their services. This is a tweet that Doki put out themselves. To all artists and creators, I'll be running
by the way, I am trying my best to watch the whole video.
A charity auction. Plushies, figures, sculptures, signs.
Okay, she's reading this.
Rush. They'll state where the auction is going and other stuff that is being offered. So, some more information. Doki's VOD also cites extra information. At the 8-minute mark in Doki's VOD, Doki references the manager that will be censored. We will label them manager number 1 as helping grant Doki access to Tiltify and setting up the auction. A little bit of foreshadowing. Why are they called manager 1? You will see that there's actually 3 managers that get involved in this scenario. So, 17 minutes into the VOD, Doki states she would be paying for shipping the products.
Wow. Okay, that comment right there, that was mean girl. I felt the mean girl in there.
Providing the money for shipping for all of these items, so do not worry if you're wherever you live, you're like, oh my god, would they be able to ship it there? I will be providing the money for the shipping to the creators who will be shipping these products to you if you win the auction. And also, even if like some of the items are not made by me, it's not coming from me, I will be sending an exclusive postcard to each winner of...
Oh, fuck off, ads!
Hi, my name is Jesper.
Piss off.
The auction.
We hear out of her own mouth that she would be paying for the shipping. And then also in that same VOD,
boys? Is she trying to... Wait, no, you fucking arsewipe. Am I the only one who's feeling that the first thing she is now presenting, this is the very first thing she's presenting as, because she has to follow up with a point. She's specifically focusing on the paying shipping, right? She's now implying that she probably didn't, huh? She will down the line imply that she didn't pay for shipping or shit like that. Right? Because already then we have been saying, because then she'll, and I'm feeling it, that she will further down the line say that she didn't reimburse or imply that she didn't reimburse the charity winner. Is my feeling correct? I love to cheer. Since if you're still here.
she mentions having a duplicate of each item for herself to twin with the auction winners. You will see later that this will be something that will not be mentioned to the artist until a year from when this started. So Doki's manager also confirmed this in DMs. This gets a little bit confusing because a bunch of people are redacted.
Can you confirm that? Okay, what is then the... Okay, what is your source? Okay, can you... Okay, you redacted. Okay, fine, I know privacy and shit like that. But how can I, somebody who is now first time watching this, believe that it's the manager and not a doctored picture? You probably all who saw this video and shit like that know more than me. You probably can confirm or deny. I mean, Doki pretty much then. I'm just now pointing it out as somebody who's watching her video for the first time. In my opinion, and if anybody's watching these kinds of videos and stuff like that, don't blindly believe the fucking creator and always ask questions if you have a suspicion. Voice your suspicion. Write in the comments and shit like that if you want to. Also, be polite when you do that. Be very polite. Don't be a fucking cunt.
In teal is manager number 1. In pink is the artist and builder. I realized later, so I did that in the...
Oh my fucking god. Why is it so... Okay, I can't read this... I can't read dick with these screenshots. Is the... Wait, hold up. Let's check if the VOD is still up. She linked. Come on, let's see. Did you fucking delete the VOD? Cat, let's see. She didn't. Okay. Can I fucking see it then in the screen?
Thank you.
Piss off.
Make sure I'm covering this correctly.
I'm not gonna cover the VOD, by the way. I don't care. I don't have time for that.
Nobody has seen before. But yes, so with the auction went confusing because later. So I did that in the second half.
Fucking hell. All right, let's see. I can't read dick.
The document. So.
Okay. I can see it. I can read it. Okay, I can read it. Hi there. I'll be providing any updates on or comments on Doki might have moving forward. When we will be using a mock-up if you choose to provide by the 2nd. Wait, when was this? 21st of February 24. Is that 21st or 27th? I can't see shit. 27th. Okay, I think it's 27th. Wait a fucking minute! This was the time where the selling gate shit has happened. Shit! Well, no wonder there was, this was a well, no wonder! Okay, Doki has then full-on fucking excuses. She has a reason to say that she couldn't do much. Nobody can shit on her. This was in February. This is the time where she was literally still recovering from her attempt on her life. Oh, fuck no! Fuck no! Oh, hell! Oh, fuck, I need a pillow. Ada, you were right. I'm gonna fucking... First you clickbait cancer, now you fucking now you're trying to paint her. Oh, I'm already not even fucking... I'm not even way in, not even half an hour into her fucking video, maybe. Let's see. I'm not even 5 minutes in, and I'm already seeing the cunt's behavior out of this. First you clickbait cancer. Now you're trying to paint Dokibird in a fucking light and using and in the proof Doki what are you what is you and you're trying to shit on Dokibird for the time when she was still recovering from her attempt. Yo, you bastard. You fucking bastard. Oh my god. Oh shit. Fucking hell. Wait, what am I doing? I still need to read this. Oh, fucking. And this was actually fresh out of the Selengate Nijisanji situation. It happened in February last year, if I'm right? Let me check. Let me check. Motherfucker! It is! Not even a month has passed! Oh, you fucking... Oh, this is a whole new light now. This is even worse! This is even worse! What she's doing right now. Do you all find the fucking... Can you understand what I'm trying to imply here now? So, not even a month has passed. Since the whole bullshit with Nijisanji happened when she was terminated and stuff like that. Alright? And this was 2 months after she fucking tried to attempt on her life. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in her little favor, saying Doki shouldn't have done the charity while she was still recovering from this. However, she was probably I'm gonna now go in Doki's favor. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate, the wooden advocate here, and say that she probably used now this fame to fucking try to do some good for herself. Because, like, wait, this brain... okay, hold up. Okay, now the charity is important. What's the charity called? Brain and Behavior. Found it. Committed to alleviating the suffer mental illness by affecting scientific... Oh, okay, so mental health. Well, okay, Doki has now inactive BPD. There's a difference between active and inactive BPD. Inactive is where your BPD is dormant, it's not affecting you and shit like that. So there's a difference. In the same month. I know it's in the same month. Okay, so so I'm gonna play Doki now as a devil advocate and say she was probably using now her recent eyes to probably do some good for mental health research. Bro, this is just getting worse and worse for Cat. People can you all can freely clip and post on Twitter this stream and whatever the fuck it is. You can do whatever you want, but unless you're slandering me, then you're fucked. Okay, we don't have a super tight... Let's continue reading this little DM. It's important. I said I'm going to use the VOD, but the YouTube video has shit fucking quality about these tiny little fucking pixels of the screenshots. So I'm going to use the VOD now to read her screenshots. Because Kat can probably just fucking skirt around everything. So I'm just gonna read everything. Super tight 10 line, so keep that in mind. By the way, hair dryer in the background. It's not my fault. I live with my family for now. My flat is getting finished soon, so I'm moving out probably at the end of the year. You take the time you need on this project, but we will like a general estimate to provide during the auction. Ideally, we'd like to get an idea of price, as Doki is paying all the artists she has chosen. If you were to potentially work something out with height. Okay, this is the artist. Hey, blank. Thank you for accepting my request and getting back to me. I'm glad to hear about the timeline. That gives me a lot of reassurance since custom projects take a lot of time to work. Okay, hide. So this is the PC artist. Okay. I'm glad to. I was already in talks with Hyde, so I looped in my contact, and I'm waiting to hear them back. Of course, I'm sure we can work something out about this. I'll double check and see if there's a possibility. It's possible to potentially get some items from an upcoming project for this, and hopefully we can come with a solid idea as this progresses. Which branch of Height are you in talks with, if I don't mind asking, since I'm in talks with a UK manager? I was wondering if it's worth roping the different teams together for better communication. I've also got a mock-up ready to see if like, oh yes please, okay.
There, and this is in DMs to the artist. I'll be providing any up.
Okay, fuck off, Cat. I want the other DM. I want the lower DM. There we go, found it. Okay, usually I wouldn't work on a project or provide a mock-up before agreeing a payment terms and stuff, but I trust that we can sort this stuff later. Also, this is just the first idea. Open to suggestions from you guys in Doki. Okay, so then they provide the build concept. Okay, it is kind of complex, but this is nowhere near 240 hours of work. This is rapping. Dude. Mate. The wrapping procedure on a PC case is almost similar to a car. Car wrapping doesn't take 240 hours. Or remotely anything like that to escalate the time. Fuck off. Okay. And we're in talks with marketing executive presider of I Buy Power and collaborating with the design team at Height. I'll definitely be able to give you a sure answer on whether or not it's possible to get access. Okay, hold up, I have to yell at my dad. Okay, for hell's sake. Okay, she's reading everything, which is great. However, I don't care. I want to read myself. Definitely be able to give you a sure answer whether or not it's possible to get access to the items on our upcoming project later today. Also, that looks absolutely amazing. We could not have imagined a better design. Oh, interesting that I Buy Power is involved. It's if it's their marketing executive, this is something gonna be big. As far as payment terms go, Doki's 100% going to pay whatever you charge for the PC. Oh my fuck! And she. Oh my god, yo, no. Can you see? I can't zoom in the video, sadly. But you can all see this wee little, hold up, let me just move the display capture real quick. There we go. Can you all see just this little fucking thing right here? She emphasizes on this, that Doki is 100% gonna pay for everything. Can you feel the build-up onto saying that Doki fleeced the artist? Or worst of all, potentially pocketing charity money? Because Doki said that she was accused of that. Oh boy. I can't wait to further watch this video.
We will label them manager number 1 as helping grant Doki access to Tiltify and setting up the auction. A little bit of foreshadowing. Why are they called manager 1? You will see that there's actually 3 managers that get involved in this scenario. When twin with the from what as a bunch of people are redacted. In teal is the second half of the document that those who are colorblind are not going to be able to figure out what is teal and what is pink. I'm really sorry. I'll try to make it clear. It says, hi there. And this is in DMs to the artist.
Oh,
if you choose to provide
I didn't
one
have to
by
go
the
to the
second.
fucking
So they're referring to
Great.
March turnaround, but we would
I'm a dumbass.
Since he writes, usually I wouldn't start out later. Also, this is just also never talks with the definitely be able to give you a sure answer on whether or not it would be possible to is involved. Flag an issue is that management
Post the doc, Cat. Post the doc publicly. You haven't done that. Why? Yeah. Wait, hold on. Why hasn't anyone questioned the fact... I didn't see it, by the way. Maybe people did. Why haven't people been questioning Katliente of why didn't she fucking post this doc publicly on Twitter? Why? It's her doc. She made it. She said it in the beginning. It's her doc. Why haven't you posted it? That's another question I want answers to. I have already many... I already gave 5 fucking questions towards her. And I'm still probably gonna get more. And I'm 6 minutes in the fucking video.
Published the PC concept for the Tiltify auction without confirming a budget with the artist, or that work could be edited. To note, in the Tiltify auction, the design was listed as potentially being subject to change. Basically, from here on out, we will see that in the beginning of the communication between management 1 and the artist, everything looked good. Like, they reached out to the artist, they liked the submission, they wanted to work with the artist, aka the PC builder, and then things just devolved from there. It just literally goes into the shitter. It's actually crazy how bad this all falls apart. Again,
I'm seeing yeah, she's definitely trying to set the stage of accusing her of something. I thought people found it, but I don't know. Maybe the doc co-author is the artist. I don't know. Mujin, I've shown already who... Maybe it's public. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I would have fucking opened it up if... Wait, did she? Let's look at it really quick. Katliente. Let's find... Let's see if she actually did. I don't care, yes. No, she didn't. She didn't post it. Maybe she linked it in her stream. I don't know.
the first issue is that they never confirmed the budget before starting the Tiltify. So this is a screenshot straight out of Tiltify for this auction where it reads, concept art is subject to change and winners will be...
Of course they didn't fucking... Okay, let's rewind a little bit. Can you hear what she's saying?
It just literally goes into the shitter. It's actually crazy
afterwards.
How bad this all falls apart. Again, the first issue is that they never confirmed the budget before starting the Tiltify.
She's implying the management, aka Doki, never confirmed the budget. However, the screenshots she provided and what she's now saying are two different things. They're saying, yes, they didn't confirm the budget. However, they're waiting for the builder to give them the pricing of the parts. They let the builder pick the parts. Therefore, and it's heavily shown that the builder is they're waiting for the builder to tell them the price. Because he's picking the parts. And Doki is loaded. She basically gave them a blank check saying, we'll pay. Just pick the fucking parts. But she is now implying that they were supposed to set the budget for something that they technically don't have call for. It's a mess right now. I can't find... I thought that rate people saw it on the internet and found it themselves, but it wasn't posted by her. Okay, yeah, I've shown you. I tried to find some Michi sisters in the comments that I saw before, but I was too stupid to fucking not screenshot. Her comment section in this video is wild. I've shown it already. But yeah, let's get to the point. Okay. The management, first management, have said that only that Doki would pay, and they're waiting on the fucking builder, the artist, to tell them what the fucking parts are and the total cost on it that they will pay. And if it's the design, let's say this is only the artist that's designing the thing. How can you if it's just the artist who made the fucking wrap on the PC case, okay? How the fuck can they set the budget for something that they're not making? Literally, how the fuck can you set the commissioner, not the commissionee, set the budget on something that the artist is supposed to give them after they fucking do it. The artist is supposed to give them the fucking price, and they have to tell them whether they will agree to pay that or not. It's just stupid. How the fuck is Dokibird has money? Okay, they told them that they will pay. Let's rewind. Hold on, let's rewind. Cat. Let's rewind. Yeah, part of her fucking webcam is covering this stupid thing. Okay, zoom in. Let's zoom in. Let me just see if they said a budget. No, they didn't say what is a budget. Okay, so basically management said Doki's giving you a blank check. Girl doesn't know how to use her brains. Also, thanks for coming with what I thought about the budget. Like, I am being dead serious right now. How the fuck is Kat is 100% blaming Doki and specifically management, her first management, for not setting the budget. But how the fuck can they set a budget for an artist who only gave them the concept of what they thought, what they will do for the PC case, but the artist didn't give them their price, the estimated costs and cost of labor to make that design for the PC case. Okay, that's not how you do it instantly. You have to fucking do that afterwards, or the artist speculates. They first look at the materials they need and add in the proof of labor. That's how you do that. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Kat, have you ever worked in a normal job in your life? Especially about a job that you have to work to make something. But she says this stupid shit.
The idea of the issue is that management published the PC con edited. To note, in the Tiltify auction, that in the beginning of the community to the artist, they liked the first issue is that they never into the shitter. It's actually crazy how bad this all falls apart. Again,
then you
the
say
first
this.
issue is that they never confirmed the budget before starting the Tiltify.
She says this. Dude, mate, this is okay. What I explained was common sense. She is fucking twisting the info. She's already spinning the narrative. 7 minutes in the video, and because it's a part of the live stream, she did that around the 25-minute mark. She's twisting the narrative. In the beginning of your stream and the video, you fucking are already spinning the narrative. Nah, hell no, nah. This is just gross negligence. This is fucking malice. I'm 7 minutes in the video, and I'm already feeling malice, not negligence, malice, because she made this doc. Oh, now I'm asking, because I'm very much sensing malice, malicious intent, and she got this info from the artist. Is the artist then in cahoots with you, trying to smear Doki's name? Kat, you better fucking give the answer about that. Let's go on.
So this is a screenshot straight out of Tiltify for this auction where it reads, concept art is subject to change and winners will be notified of all necessary changes to the final product.
How is that a bad thing? That's a normal business behavior about contests and specifically contests with an item. This is the legal standard. Concept art is subject to change. Yeah, about the design. Okay. And the winners will be notified of necessary changes on the final product. This is about the design, dumbass!
Another point to note, the artist
She's trying to paint it as everything about the... She's trying to paint it as the... It's like the whole charity rewards is subject to change, which can be, and it's in legal right. But this is about the concept art. How is this the red flag? She labels this, lads, she labeled this as a red flag. How is this a red flag, you dumbass? This is normal business standard. I'm not at the point where I want to scream in my pillow, but because I've seen this type of malicious fucking negligible behavior. But this is malicious. No. You wrote this. Nah. Yeah, no. Here's the thing. I'm now officially negating negligence here. This is malice because she wrote this. She wrote that doc. Once again, she said it. She wrote this doc.
charity of choice, a PC, and remembering this correctly. The new builder who is doing the build for free. I made this document, so I want to make...
You made this document. You made this document. And you are literally fucking saying this is a red flag? Of course it's something to change. The designer might think of a better design. No, she literally, willfully, with knowledge, she was typing the words and letters in this document. She knew what she was doing. She intended to write that. Therefore, there's no negligence anymore. I'm sensing this whole charade about Doki is malicious. Kat, I'm gonna say this straight up because of this alone already. I'm a law student. I can't be wrong potentially, but with this already is in the first fucking 7 minutes of your video. I'm already seeing that you're trying to paint a picture of something bad and borderline slander. Kat, fucking change your behavior about covering this shit or don't do it at all because you are gonna get sued. I'm not joking. She will get sued eventually because of this. If not, if she won't already be sued from Doki's legal team. They probably won't because Doki won this little drama because people are showing Katliente's bad fucking behavior and gross negligence, and this now I'm very much suspecting malicious intent with this. Like, no, like, she will get sued. Stop it. Here's the thing, Doki's team can either way. If Doki wants to sue, she still can, even with this, all this I just said. It's even going to be much easier because her lawyer has bucket load of material to slam it in front of a judge. The designs, it's very common for the designs and art to change in such an manner. I know.
So the and winners will be notified
Again,
of all necessary changes.
How is this a red flag? You're already fucking in the first page painting a picture of something bad.
Is to the final product. Another point to note, the art
that like this will fucking paint a picture to whoever who was watching you and shit like that. That Doki is a bad business practitioner, that she deliberately fucks over artists. This is what I fucking thought instantly when she was doing this alone. Like, nobody should partner with her. She definitely wanted this to be used as do not partner with Doki. Do not give her funds. Do not let her organize charity and shit like that. Already, even with she didn't already say she was pocketing charity money allegedly, which people are saying she did allegedly. Not me. you're already trying to smear Doki's name. And that could, I'm not saying it did, but could cause damages towards her.
Artist told the management they were going to be out of office starting March 1st for another project, and on that day, management had messaged asking for edits to be made and to list the item on Tiltify. So this is on March 1st, where the builder was out of office. They say, for this concept, can we remove the part about the LCD screen and the touch removed from the chassis name, since the touch is actually out of stock at this point and there's no ETA on the touch case getting back in stock. I can edit.
She doesn't zoom in on the DM. All right, I'm gonna zoom in. Where are you? Where are you? No. A little less. Come on, a little more. Come on. Welcome to how lawyers would look at this, by the way. Oh my god, this is so small.
Another point to note, the artist told the management they were going to be out of office starting March.
Yeah, I can't say shit. I can't see shit, so. But here's the thing, she pauses in between, so let's see if she shit talks. Oh, that grin. Oh, she's shit talking. Alright, hold up. Let's see if she's shit talking. I'm now quite interested what you're gonna say, Kat.
I would basically say just bounce ideas off your friends, and it's better to buy more than less, if that makes sense. Like, don't be cheap when it comes to getting a PC. You're gonna regret it. If it does take saving a little bit more, so you can get a better like, cars, mattress, shoes, etc. You will regret it. Hi, Fence. Oh my God, Fence. I'm so sorry. I haven't been live because I'm busy and
Okay, no shit talking. Sad. Ugh, I wanted more fuel.
that myself, and I can let them know in the description that case is subject to change between the available ones. The day after, management messages, hi, just reach out to let you know that the listings are officially published and can be seen here. They link the Tiltify. You're more than welcome to post your progress photos or completed pieces on social media along with a link to the auction house. Thank you so much for all your hard work, and we can't wait to see how much everyone loves your artwork tomorrow. If you have any changes to your listing, please let me know and I can get it changed ASAP. So this is where more issues start cropping up.
I don't care what you have to say. I want to see what you wrote. The second issue is the management had to set the starting price of the auction, assumed to be the cost of the PC build, without asking the artist how much the project would cost. Is she fucking serious right now? Girl, the artist is not getting a cut out of the auction. Do you all understand what she fucking now implied with this? Again, she was buying the used. The PC is valued at free. Yes, because it's the total fucking parts. The artist who's making the design for the case is being paid separate, dumbass. Oh god, lads, I already debunked her fucking doc already. And I'm 8 minutes in this video. Second of all, how she's writing this is that they instead went to the artist's PC part picker page to grab the price of previous build without letting the artist know, using a price of 350 British pounds. Dude, what the fuck? Okay, wait. Okay, I'm now confused. Is this the artist who designed? Or is this the builder? I have to eat now. I can finally eat. It's been an hour. I'm hungry, dude. I'm now confused. I'm genuinely now confused. What the fuck? Is this... Okay, I'm now getting really confused, man. Either way, I'm feeling that she's implying that the artist gets cut of the fucking auction. Or that they will be paid after from the funds that would be gotten on the auction. Doesn't she realize that that's the... I'm getting that feel what she's implying, but no. Okay, she is... Okay, so this artist is the PC builder. Okay. Okay, I'm reading this now a little bit more. The estimate of the 3.5k is actually incorrect. Even if going off the artist of the previous build, the artist is based in the UK. Build will cost 3,500 British pounds, not dollars. Price estimate is extremely confusing. As previously mentioned, Doki mentioned they wanted a duplicate of each item to twin with the auction winner. The second PC is never mentioned to the artist. Nor does the 3.5 actually clarify for one PC. Cost of 2 PCs. Where do you say that they will pay only for that? No. This is contradicting. This is a contradicting statement. She says that they want to twin with the auction winner. That means she pays for her own. I mean, this is implying that she wants her own version of the PC. But if I understood right, the manager said that she wanted a copy of the same PC just in case as a backup or to give to another person. He's gonna give you an aneurysm. Like my head rewatching it properly. Fucking hell. I'm already getting an aneurysm from this. Okay, this doesn't make sense. The PC is valued at 3.5. Yeah, that's listed for the... she yoinked this from the charity, probably. That's what the that's the starting bid. Oh my fucking god. Oh no. She is trying to fucking play as the starting build. The starting bid, pardon me. As what she will pay for the 2 PCs. But when she said, Doki mentioned she wants to twin, that means she will pay for both! Oh my god! Didn't she fucking read what she wrote? Kat, you fucking contradicted yourself! In the second page of your talk. Let's continue reading. Nor does the price tag clarify which... No, this is fucking... She already is twisting the narrative, alright? Alright, let's see. And she used the artist's own PC part picker page. Dude. I want to know who this artist is. I want to see their PC picker page. And I want to see if you can switch the conversion rate. I want to know if there's an option to look at the how much it costs in dollars, in pounds, in euros, whatever the fuck I want, whatever one. I want to see if there's an option for this. Because if there is, they will definitely pick the option with the $3,500 dollars. Alright, 3.5k in dollars. Put some effort when you like it. Yeah, I want to see that. Because in every PC picker that is worth their salt has the option to pick what currency. Alright, so definitely they would use that currency. Therefore, it doesn't matter if the artist is based on UK, because they will get paid in the the appropriate conversion of the price that was shown on their own artist, which is said PC Picker page. So now already this falls flat on the deep end already about the first little listing right here. As you can see, the estimate is incorrect. Show me the PC Picker. Did she show the PC Picker page? Did she show the page? How it works and shit like that?
The second issue is that
I want to see. Let me just skim over. No, she does not. Oh, you bastard. Alright. Already I'm seeing bullshit. I'm 8 minutes in the video, and I'm like 40 minutes in total starting this bullshit. I know I sidestep a lot. But I kind of have brain damage because of COVID, so take that into consideration. So already, we have questionable, already in the second page, we have questionable stuff what she already means. Not to mention what we saw on the first page, what I mentioned. So please do tell me. You don't show any of the PC part picker pages that the artists use. And I want to also further clarify. How is it a problem that they went to the artist part picker page, which the artists themselves put in? No, nobody is this stupid. I'm sorry, this is malicious. I'm saying this, she did it on purpose. Nobody is this stupid. Especially when you write this. Yo, bro. I think she also leaves out the artist going ghost on the price. So had to result to an old build. Doki said that. Doki said that in the dog. We already read it, so we already can see. But no, this was probably took on the Tiltify page. And that's only for the charity, not for Doki's own copy of the build. She's implying that Doki would pay for 2 PCs but it's the price for the one on the charity, so therefore it's logical that she would buy the fucking PC for herself, same price, so she would pay $700 for this. Oh. That's why I think the messages artists, because yeah, I'm sorry, but I agree with you. It's the artist. There's no way Cat. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Cheer. If it isn't the artist who sent Cat this, who did? Because if it's not the artist, then there's a problem here. That means there's possibility of the screenshots being doctored. And maybe Cat doctored it herself. If it's not the artist. If it is the artist, then the artist deliberately did it to try to smear Doki, using Cat as a medium. Cat literally either, I mean, how she's acting right now, she definitely either was grossly negligent, but since she wrote this dog, I'm completely deleting all my doubts about the negligence. There's no negligence, there is intent. Cat was probably in cahoots with the artist. But let's see how deep this goes, alright? What the? Oh.
Management set the starting price of the auction, assumed to be the cost of the PC build, without asking the artist, aka the builder, how much the project would cost. They instead went to the artist's PC part picker page and grabbed a previous build and used that number as the estimated cost of this new build. Straight out of the
What's the okay? She's trying to make it so that it's a bad thing. What's the bad about that?
Tiltify, it says the PC is valued at $3,500. However, that's wrong. The estimate of $3,500 is actually incorrect as well. Because even if you go off of the artist's previous build, which again makes no sense because this is a completely brand new build, the artist is based in the UK. And the build cost...
What's wrong? Okay, no. It's not wrong if you're using the same parts, but they're brand new. Because a build is just the assembly of PC parts. So it's nothing wrong. She's trying to imply old build, that means an old PC that was previously made. When you build a PC, it's always new parts. Well, preferably. So what's wrong using a previously done build? Which is again an assembly of parts, a list of what parts will be put in. Doki probably thought this was a good PC. So why would she custom build a new one when she found this already built build, which the artist, the builder, is already how to say this, acquainted with? So there will be less issues on how it will go, and and that build fits the idea what she wanted to build anyway. So what's wrong with that, Kat? Am I sounding off? Am I wrong with this, chat? I want to know. How is that wrong? She's trying to imply that the old build is bad. However, a build is just a list of previously built PCs that they don't have on storage, by the way. Just, okay, we built this type of PC before, and we can do it again. We offer that. What's wrong with that? I digress.
Cost was 3,500 Great British pounds.
Again, they used the PC part picker page the artist made available to everyone. It's the artist's in previous build that the artist made, and they just said, okay, you built this, I want that. And that's the price. That's the price the artist did, because they already built it. So they made because it's a previous build, therefore the artist, the builder, already made that available. I made this type of PC. They made it available so anybody who probably wants that type of PC, that power, that gigahertz, the graphics card and shit like that available. They already fit their needs, therefore they can just pick that and just build me that. You already did it, and I want that type of PC because it's in my price range, and it's the power of the processor, the graphics card, the RAM and shit like that I want and need. And that's the artist made available, and Doki has the full right to pick that instead, and that's the price that the artist did because it's on the previous build on their PC picker page. So the artist fuck themselves over if it's complaining about that. Pull a smaller design PC, if I remember right. They tried to get an accurate price. Yeah. So they wanted to get an estimated price. And probably a previous build that Doki found that it was okay, that's what I want. That's the type of PC I want to give. So what's wrong with that? And again, the price, because it's the artist, it's the previous build the artists made themselves. I don't know how I don't know how that PC part picker page looks, by the way. We don't see how the overlay of the page, because if it's suspiciously not shown. Therefore, there's a chance that the price is shown on the fucking on the artist's own PC picker page, and that's where they got that price. So in the end, it's the artist's fault. How is this Doki's fault? Even her bad management is now probably absolved of this bullshit. It doesn't make sense, Kat. Why? You can't lie to save your ass.
Not 3,500 USD. So the price estimate is extremely confusing because, as mentioned previously, Doki had also mentioned wanting a duplicate of each item to twin with the auction winner. A second PC was never mentioned to the artist. And you see in the DMs between Manager 1 and the artist, no talk of a second PC. Also,
let's see. Let's look up Doki's doc. Okay, I think this is it. Eventually I worked with a new PC builder using my height case. I upgrade all my parts at my own expense. Yeah, she's shown that she already pays. Now, I can't see if they twinned or not. I can't see if Doki's shown that it's twinned or not. Never mind. Maybe I missed it, but I can't remember now. It's in the VOD, so you'll probably fucking check it.
the 3,500 USD price tag does not clarify whether it's 3,500 for one PC or 3,500 for the cost of two PCs to be built. Because
why would that be shown on the charity? They're giving out one. The other part is Doki's own thing, which she wanted herself. That doesn't mean she wouldn't pay for it. She spun the narrative 9 minutes in the video. Go on.
that is the weird thing about this whole auction that was also really confusing. A lot of it's confusing, but this is just one of them.
Wait, what the fuck? Hold up. You're not the artist. Why the fuck are you talking about it? Why are you talking about? Why are you talking about this like you were involved with this? Why the fuck are you talking like you were involved with this? You weren't. How the fuck are you talking about how that you were? You're painting the picture as you were directly involved in this. You weren't. What the fuck?
Because are the buyers auctioning to pay money for one PC or two PCs? And this is for like all the items, in fact, right? So is the buyer basically gonna...
No, Doki said she wanted to twin. That means she wanted the PC to be with her so that she could match with the winner. I don't know. Because the winner would feel like, hey, I got the same PC as Doki. You know? That would make them happy. The fuck is wrong with you?
have to pay double, and then one of the items would then go to Doki, and then they would get the other one. Or
also, you haven't shown proof that she wouldn't.
is Doki going to pay out of pocket for a duplicate product that would just mirror what the buyer bought? So
yes, that means to twin with the auction winner. Yes, you already answered your own question in your doc.
That was also very confusing. Then finally, going...
It's not confusing. It takes 5 seconds to fucking think of it. How? I already did it. Live.
To PC Part Picker, to estimate the build cost for a PC will cause huge issues down the line, as you only get quoted for the PC parts with no addition of labor costs. And the third issue is management. In the Tiltify auction, it was listed the buyer could choose their own specs. You can see right here. It says, this piece is a custom-built Doki-themed PC. Since the PC has not been built yet, you are able to have some control over the creative process and specs of the PC. The PC is valued at 3,500 USD, and the parts in the PC will fall in line with a general PC of that pricing. So an example, a previous build of the artist with roughly the same cost.
We have the page. Hold up. Why the fuck did you put a link of a doc that you had to show as an example how it looks, but not post it publicly? You're implying that Doki, because of this, is underpaying the artist. Because she used the artist's own PC picker. Okay? And if she was underpaying them, you could have posted what that PC part picker page of the artist, and we could see actually the price. Especially where no. No. Hold up. Let's look up the site. Let's look up the site real quick, huh? PCPartPicker.com. Okay. Okay, we have on the top left, we can pick countries. Okay, let's look at the build. I'm gonna pick a CPU. Okay, let's now change to the UK. There's a conversion rate! There's a fucking conversion rate! Okay, so, look. I'm gonna show it again. Because I'm blind. Look at the you can see the price. Okay, so even even with the artist's own bills, okay, this would be shown. I'm gonna allow cookies. Okay, now we're gonna switch from United States, and this will be exactly like the conversion rate. It's the artist's fault. It's $350. The estimate build. It's the site that they use, and it's that. Okay, now, Kat, you're a lying sack of shit already. Oh, fuck. Okay, I already shown you. There's a conversion. So, of course, that Doki would use she would put US. Kat, you stupid moron. Oh my fucking god. Oh, the maliciousness. No, this is maliciously being ignorant. This is deliberate ignorance, y'all. This is deliberate ignorance. How long did it take me to fucking see if there's a conversion rate option? How long? No, like 15 seconds? Oh my fucking god. I just debunked a major point on her doc already. Okay, Kat, let's continue on. What else did you fuck up?
was, and then they linked it. If the client, the buyer, has the ability to choose their own parts, that's going to raise the cost of the PC. Or lower it depending on what they want, but I feel like very few people would choose to get like shittier parts.
Wow. Let's rewind again.
Or lower it depending on what they want, but I feel like very few people would choose to get like shittier parts.
Kat, have you heard of somebody not being able to afford the top parts? You know, maybe they can't pick the good parts, so they have to pick the shittier options. Have you heard about that, right? Okay, continue.
In the build, out the gate, this is already poorly handled by management. And
no, it's poorly handled by the artist. Again, dude, they picked the build for the artist's already options, and already the artist, you can't fucked up with the fucking option to pick a country and pick their currency. Of course she would pick, also the management stated it would be in US dollars. The artist knew that already. So why the fuck are you throwing a hissy fit over that? You stupid bastard.
this is an issue because no upfront budget was provided to the artist.
So, it's not fully done.
So here we have, this is now March 4th, 2024. Manager 1 messages the artist again, because again, remember the artist was out of town, and the manager says, "Good morning. I want to send a small update. I'll message the winner today to confirm their shipping details and all that good stuff. I'm happy to be the go-between for you both, but if you and the winner are comfortable, I can get you both connected on Discord to streamline things for you guys as far as figuring out specs and stuff. Just let me know and I'll make it happen." Secondly, regarding the payment for the PC, I know that's probably up in the air at the moment, so we can stay in contact and figure that out.
Also, the estimated value is like they said, estimated. That means the price can go up. Dumbass.
As the
What was the final minimum bidding price for the PC? Does anybody know? I want to know what was the one at the end when everything was set in the charity. What was the minimum bot price?
project progresses, or as we have a more clear idea of projected costs. I did base the market value off your previous builds, and we would like to stay around that general cost for the parts themselves, but would like to give the buyer some wiggle room as far as, you know, potentially going for a cheaper CPU, cooler option to allow more money to go into storage and RAM if that's something they'd like. But we won't know until we speak to the buyer. The artist responds, "Hey, I've tied up my brand deal from last weekend, so let me catch up with your message." And that was like 3 days later. So the fourth issue revolves around a mysterious brand activation, also from Heights, and involving Doki being brought up by the manager. It was confusing the artist as they weren't sure whether this activation was referring to the charity auction PC or something else entirely.
I can actually read this. Okay, hold up. Let me read all of this again. Let me just move downwards so you all can see. Actually, I'm gonna disable my model so you can all see the. Okay, you can all see the pic. Actually, I'm gonna zoom in on the. There we go. Yep, that is the spot. All right. Good morning. I just wanted a small update. I'll message the winner today to confirm about their shipping details. And when the fuck was this? March 4th, 2024. Okay, so the charity was end of February, early March. Alright? Because there's a winner. But if you and the winner are comfortable, I can get connected on the Discord to streamline things for guys far out of specs and stuff. Just let me know and I'll make it happen. Secondly, regarding the payment for the PC, I know that's probably up in the air at the moment, so we can stay in contact and figure it out as the project progresses. As we get more clear idea of projected costs. I did base the market value of your previous builds, and we would like to stay around that general cost for the parts themselves, but would like to give some wiggle room as far as we know, potentially going for a cheaper CPU cooler option to allow more money towards the storage and RAM. What the fuck is wrong with that? Hold up, no, Kat, you're not, okay, now I understand what you mean by buying a shittier, no. The cooler option is literally the least important part of the PC. Sure, it stops the heating, but you don't need a fucking water cooling system because the fucking RAM and storage are more important. And it makes the PC better. I know my shit. I've been all around PCs all my life. Dude, in that cost, they would just pick the fucking cheaper cooler system, which will do the job, and they will make a better PC because it has more storage and, more importantly, RAM. Do you all know how RAM is fucking important? This will make the RAM being from, let's say, DDR4 12 gigs to DDR5 16 gigs RAM. That's a massive improvement. Storage could be from 1 terabyte to 2 terabytes, let's say, or half a terabyte to a terabyte. Or better yet, from an HDD 1 terabyte to an SSD 1 terabyte, which will significantly improve the performance of the PC. It isn't a shittier option. It's actually better. It's actually better. But she says this. Where is it?
Parts. Or lower it depending on what they want, but I feel like very few people would choose to get like shittier parts.
This is what she meant by shittier parts! This is what she meant by shittier parts! Because of the cheaper cooler, CPU cooler, but more money to allocate for the storage and RAM. Basically, around the 4,500 budget, they will not pay a more expensive cooler, but better, more important parts around that budget. Oh, she doesn't know. She tried to add. I showed you all to. She tried to advise people how to buy PC and shit like. But that's the most basic thing that anybody who built or has ever bought a PC or knows a little bit about PCs will first think. Oh my God, Kat, you don't know your shit.
Because 4th, 2024. I want to send a small update.
Okay. Hey, blank, I've tied up my brand deal from last week, so let me catch up with your messages. Wait a fucking minute. Hold up. She cropped this. Dude. Hold up. My model. There we go. May. Hold up, she cropped this. Hold up. He's okay, the art, she's showing the pictures of the artist saying, I will catch up to your messages. And he probably called up and replied. Where's the reply? Where the fuck is the reply? Why did you just crop this out? Where's the rest of the conversation? Because this is definitely cropped out. Because, yeah, this is cropped out, but he definitely, the artist definitely fucking replied. Unless they ghosted them. Well, actually, no, they didn't, because afterwards, a couple days later, they replied. So he did catch up, allegedly, this is more or less, and probably replied. What's their reply? Dogi had bad management. She said so. Okay. Where's the reply to the artist? Could it be? Could it be you didn't put that in, Kat? Or the artist didn't show you? Probably didn't give a shit. Could it be that he probably agreed to do that? No, hey. He hearted it. He saw it. He hearted it. Come on, dude. He probably did with this. I can tell that he probably agreed with it. So how's that a problem? Huh? How is that a problem? Why is the artist throwing a hissy fit for Katliente over something that they fucking eventually probably agreed upon, huh? Let's go on. I just called him the Height UK community manager. Mentioned that Height were actively working with Doki on the thing. Would that be the other activation that you spoke about briefly? Okay, this doesn't make any... Okay. This whole thing right here, the activation, is a nothing burger. Because Cat doesn't even mention what the fuck the activation is. We're not shown in the doc what the activation is. It's just a for me, it's just a cryptic message now. Hello, got a chance. Read over everything. The answer to your question, yes, I believe that will be its own separate thing. However, Hyde understands this PC was a one-to-one being built for the charity auction, and don't mind the Y7Q case being used, but at this time they'll have no involvement in our end with the production of the one-to-one PC. Okay, nothing bad. I've already sent out an email to the winner to get some clarification on their end, but I'll reach out again in case they missed it. And of course, I've made it clear that the winner, that you are not going to be involved with any tech support potential. Okay, so it's covering his ass. Okay, so what's the deal? What's the problem here? There's nothing. This whole activation shit is nothing burger.
I'll message the winner today to confirm are comfortable. I can get you and I'll make contact and figure that out as the project progresses or as we have a more clear idea of projected costs. I did base the market value off your previous builds, room, storage, and RAM if that's something they'd like. But we won't know until we speak to the buyer. The artist responds, hey, the fourth issue revolves around the let me catch up with your message. And that was like 3 days later. So the fourth issue...
She just completely glossed over that topic and went on. She just completely glossed over it, okay?
Revolves around the mysterious brand activation, also from Heights, and involving Doki being brought up by the manager. It was confusing the artist as they weren't sure whether this activation was referring to the charity auction PC or something else entirely. The artist says, I just got off a call with the Height UK community manager who mentioned that Height are actively working with Doki on a thing. Would that be for to one being built time, they will have no involvement in our end on the production of the PC. I've already sent an email to the winner to get some clarification on their end, but I'll reach out again in case they missed it. And of course, I made it clear to the winner that you are not going to be involved with any tech support or potential issues they have with the PC. And I've let them know that any issues they may experience would have to be fixed through a third party or directly through the manufacturer. So yeah, this got a little confusing because then there was some third party sponsorship thing also involving the same company that was maybe gonna sponsor the build that later ended up not sponsoring the build. So now we get into...
How is that Doki's fault? That's on Height. This is nothing. Okay, fair on. Nothing. Okay. So far, Cat either gave a basically borderline misinterpretation, intentional misinterpretation, lied, obfuscated the fact there's a conversion rate on the fucking PC Picker site, didn't fucking show what the fuck this activation is, so what, put a nothing burger on, and she just skims over when she doesn't have a comment. Okay.
Communication issues.
I can already see what type of content she does, by the way.
After this, there were communication between the artist and the management about some personal issues the artist was going through, and them explaining they might be slower to respond and get work done. There's discussions of potentially having the PC done by June through August 2024, but the artist doesn't confirm that as of a certain deadline. No deadline was provided by management to complete the build, and the Tiltify also estimates 3 to 4 months being the turnover time, potentially longer. So
she says there was no deadline. Doki says otherwise. Missing an arbitrary deadline. Look, deadline, missing an arbitrary deadline. Cat says there's no deadline. Someone's lying. Someone is lying. Go on.
And the Tiltify also estimates 3 to 4 months, being the turnover time potentially longer. So towards the end of March 21st.
Why the fuck are you covering half of the screenshot? Pardon me, not half, a quarter of it. I can't read for shit because of this, because she's blocking this. All right. This is the artist. 21st of March 24. Hey, thank you for so much for your patience with my replies. I've been recovering from a blank addiction. I'm not going to speculate what that addiction is. Lately, which has been a huge struggle, and I feel my response time has definitely taken a hit. So I wanted to mention briefly and provide some additional context to transparency, also to hold myself accountable. I wasn't 100% sure if this was relevant, but it was affecting my professional conduct. I felt best for you to be informed moving forward, so I hope you understand. I thought the chat moved. I wasn't 100% sure whether it was relevant or not, but since okay, yeah. And if, wait, this is reply, and of course, the text responded the winner. Okay, so he's replying to. Okay, they're replying. Okay, I'm gonna try to find the full ass screenshot in her stream. This dumbass, this PC picker link, which she deliberately didn't post anywhere from what I see, yeah, because she will probably get exposed for lying a little bit here. Which I already did. I'm gonna fucking post that clip here on Twitter, so be on the lookout. Oh my fucking god, she did it. She did it the same. Oh my. Wait, hold up. Yes, 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 yes! I can get the whole screenshot here. Alright. Ah, fuck, it's so small. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, that's a reply with no text support. Thank you much for... Okay, I can read at least the things that's shown here. Then when I get to there, I'm gonna read on the stream. Okay, I've given... okay, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for clearing up things. Let me take a read through the update from the buyer. Oh my god, the opening line, that's hilarious. We're all here apologizing for late replies. Okay, I've given a read. Let me do some cooking on hardware for this build. I'll get back to you with a list of possible suggestions. This might take some time. He agreed with the estimate. He agreed. Lads, doesn't this fucking line right fucking here? Hold up. Let me zoom in even more for you. Enhance. Look. Oh shit, you can't read all of it. Hold up, let me just... Did he fucking agree with the... He agreed with it. He fucking agreed with the price. He agreed with the estimate value. He agreed to operate with the value that he was given, apparently, at the estimate. Cooking up for this hardware build. And I'll get to you when the list of possible suggestions. This might take some time figuring out what... Oh my god, can you all just see this? Let him cook, let him cook. Let Cat cook. Let Cat cook, everyone. Let Cat cook. She's definitely providing us with credible news outlets. Shit, man. Alright, fair enough. I noticed that he said he's not going to be in the USA from June, late August. If the PC is completed during this time, would you be happy to have the completed build shipped to your address and then handle the shipping to the buyer when they're back in the country? I may need to relocate apartments during the period they're not in the USA, so I'd like to much after that. and that's okay. I've been pretty sick as well. Okay, they replied to that. Blank. It comes to. We'll be more happy to handle the shipment of the PC. How is this mismanagement? Okay. How is this a communication issue? How is this a communication issue? Because so far I'm seeing good communication. Okay. Now we're gonna read here. Man, this is so arse. Let's bump up the source. Oh, I can see much better.
Let me see if I can like zoom in a little bit to make.
No, don't zoom in.
So the artist doesn't confirm that artist was going. Doesn't confirm.
There we go. I can see the whole damn thing. Sounds good. Hi there. Okay. Wait a fucking minute. Okay, so the last time they replied was March 21st, then 17th of February 2024. Wow, nearly a month. Hi there. The winner of the auction has requested to establish contact with you to discuss the details of the PC himself and to check with you on any other updates you have with him. I did let him know that they were working on getting those parts figured out, but he still has requested to make contact. I can send you over your Twitter if you're comfortable. Hi again. May, a month later. Wait, why the fuck did this artist did not reply? Why didn't he reply a month, 2 months after? Okay, this is not looking good. I'm seeing already communication issues. Sadly, it's not from the management, it's from the artist. Hi again. Just want to give a heads up. I've chosen to part ways with Dokibird, and everything regarding the auction will be handled to my replacement once I leave on the 31st of this month. It's alright with you. I'd love to include your socials. Okay, there's okay. What the fuck is wrong with this? This manager who was apparently trying to take over the fucking IP of Dokibird is somehow doing okay.
First, they are in the period. They're not in the. I can send over your Twitter if you're comfortable, and then over to part ways with Dokibird. But if it's all right with you, I'd love to include your socials in the onboarding document on communication with the auction winner. Please let me know if that's all right. Then reaches out to the artist through.
Stuff I want to read this. The email, 8th of June, Dokibird's team. This is Ribby. Enhance. Oh, so much better. I can see all of my pores. This is Ribby, temporary pseudonym. I'm the replacement system for blank. I'm following up from the custom PC of the charity team. Wait, he did leave. No, he said he was gonna leave the 31st, okay? The second manager was June 8th. Okay, so they took a week to see what the fuck is about this. That's a normal estimate of that's a normal time delay of switching managements. To my knowledge, in the turnover documentation I was given, the item has not been fulfilled yet. Yes, he hasn't built the PC. And the previous assistant had issues getting updates from you on timely manner, which already we've seen. 17th of April and 21st of May, somewhat like that. He didn't reply to him at all. Yeah, 17th of April, 24th of May, which is worse. I gave him I gave him 3 extra days. Let's see. It's been a few months since the charity auction has ended. Yes, we're trying to wrap up with all of our commitments. If you're still open about finishing this commission, or I've been working on the commission to have the estimated delivery day, please give us an update within 2 to 3 business days. Otherwise, we may have to go on plan B and either reimburse the winning bidder, which they did, or find another custom builder for this project.
And following up on the custom PC.
Which they did. We've seen it right here. This is their reimbursement. Alright. So, Kat basically just confirmed that they were ghosted. Kat just confirmed that the builder has ghosted them. This is their fucking... and also, Doki completely debunked the estimate value here. Oh my fucking god, it's all clicking. It's all clicking right. She already lied in the first fucking part, 7 minutes in, even the first fucking pages of her doc with the PC value. Saying that they didn't, is saying that this was their estimate, however, the fucking PC builder gave his own estimate. Pardon me, I don't know their gender. They gave their own estimate, which was 14K. Nah, Kat, nah. No, dude, stop it. No. Nah. This stupidity. I'm 16 minutes in and I'm already being fucking mentally assaulted by this fucking lie. These fucking lies, alright?
Understand. Life gets difficult. Just let us know and we'll get out of your hair. Sincerely, Ribby. The artist responded June 18th asking for more information, but confirming they still wish to fulfill the project if treated health complications and that...
Why are you covering this? Why is this covered? Why can't I read everything? Yes, of course, this is important. But where's the why didn't you get the separate screenshot of the email without this fucking covering?
They weren't acted information, but confirming they still wish to fulfill the project if the option was available. So here it's all redacted, but you can see the artist says they ran into untreated health complications and that they weren't able to work during the window, and they really apologize for the delays and inconvenience they may have caused.
Okay. They were sick. How is this Doki's fucking fault? How is this fucking her fucking fault? How is this a communication issue between Dokibird's management? This guy was sick. He was AWOL.
They kind of cover some details here, like some issues basically about the PC build, because the buyer of the PC build wants a PC capable of machine learning and wants to pay for additional parts, and that extra things were requested, so there were some issues with the parts, etc. And then an issue with the PC case design, because when the artist made the design, they did not know that that specific LCD panel in the touch case was, or like that case specifically was not available, so they would need to kind of like work around that. And the artist says, since I wrapped up a project with MSI, I can give you a more accurate time frame for the project's completion. I estimate it would take a minimum of 6 weeks and roughly 12 weeks at maximum. And that I understand if you would choose to go with plan B.
6 weeks to 12, huh? Alright. Let's look at the doc. Week 1, week 2, week 3. Okay. That timesheet they claim to have accumulated already 12 hours, which my staff and I found untruthful. Okay, again, there's no proof. Okay, let's see if
like
they send a proof
or a
of
different PC
labor.
builder at this stage.
I want that.
Especially, you did say you would like me to reply in 2 to 3 days. I can only offer my apologies for the major dropping of the ball. So TLDR, I still wish to fulfill this project if that's an option, and I'd be able to commence work as soon as we work out an agreed rate and scope. So yeah, basically the artist offered a couple options. It was like either 1, they would complete the build, they apologize for being late. Option 2, the buyer would be refunded, and option 3, a different builder would be used. January 2025, Dokibird personally reached out to the artist in Twitter DMs and through their personal website to put the artist, the charity winner, and a member of Doki's staff, which will be the 3rd iteration of the management team, who will be in green, into a group chat together. At this point, it's been 9 months since the buyer had bid on the PC. So Doki had DM'd, the winner of the charity auction has been unhappy with the wait, and I was pulled in to fix the issue as it has grown bigger than it should be. And the artist says, hey Doki, I haven't had any messages about the charity PC since last summer, so I honestly wasn't sure what was going on. Doki says, what's your Discord? Is it okay if I add you and the charity winner and one of my staff to fix the issue? And the artist says, yes, although I need to go over a few details with your staff before jumping into a Discord group chat with your team and the auction winner. They give their Discord. Let me know if your staff's Discord name so I can keep an eye out for them. And then Doki gave the name, and the artist says, "Hi Doki, we really need your personal involvement in the group chat." That message was then sent to like way later, like 2 weeks later. So here is another message. This is Doki themselves messaging the artist. But Doki says, "Hi, I've sent a DM about this on Twitter, but I've been told by my staff that you have been MIA regarding the charity PC. I want to know what's going on and why was this happening. The winner of the charity auction has been unhappy with the wait, and I was pulled in to fix the issue as it has grown bigger than it should be." At this point, the artist was confused as since they had not received a response back from the email. So they assumed the management was going with plan B, reimbursing the winner or finding another custom PC builder. The artist was reluctant to join a group chat with the charity winner, as at this point, the artists themselves still had no idea how much they're getting paid for the project or any other questions answered. They requested to speak privately with a new management and staff member first to sort out payment, budget, and other details as to not appear unprofessional in front of the client. Because, mind you, at this point, a budget was still not decided yet. No official budget was ever given at this point. The original management 1, was like, "Oh, please keep it within this previous build, 3,500 USD, but they got the number completely wrong because remember, they pulled the number, assumed it was in USD when the number was actually in British pounds.
No. It's an error by default. I show you all when I open PC Picker, it by default went to United States. How do you know how the artist feels? We can already see that without a shadow of a doubt, she was involved with the artist. She was involved with the artist, mate. There's nothing else we can say about that. Now the issue is, like I said, PC Picker. Let's go with PC Picker again. No, actually, no, hold on. There we go. Bam. Again, by default, United States. Open the fucking... I don't know how the artist's PC Picker page works, but they definitely went into there with default. Or they can just pick the United States because it's their preferred currency. And it would automatically convert. Look, I'm gonna show it again. Look, see, this is the price in USD. Watch as I change to British pounds. Oh no, different number. USD 489. Here, 445 British pounds sterling. It's a conversion rate. So I go back to United States, it will give me the conversion rate. She's really hamping on this. She's hamping on that little thing. Yeah, she's reacting and acting like she didn't write it. It's completely two different... like, come on, act like you said it, you wrote the dog. Therefore, you shouldn't act like it's being like that. Do you know, I think I know why she's acting like that. Why? Clips. She said it right at the start, that's her dog. And then she acts like it didn't write it, so that when she gets clipped, because she knows the Niji sisters would, and she's terminal, she very much knows how the Niji sisters hate fucking Dokibird with a burning passion to this day. They would clip her reactions like that because she's acting like this and twist the narrative. That's why she's acting like she didn't write it, even though she admitted it. She knows what she's doing. She's a professional shit stirrer. I already shown you beforehand. So she knows how to stir shit.
So that estimate number was already incorrect as it is?
No, it is correct. I just shown it. I've just shown it. I'm gonna clip that what I just shown right now as that. I'm just gonna clip that, post it on Twitter, and see the reaction. Fuck it.
And no official budget was ever given. So this is gonna get a little confusing.
Jarvis, clip that shit. You all can do that as well. Clippers are massively appreciated. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck was that cut? Hold up.
When the number was actually in British pounds. So that estimate number was already incorrect as it is, and no official budget was ever given. So this is going to get a
Okay, there's no official budget because they already gave them an estimate. However, that was they were open to probably more. They already said wiggle room, so they were probably more. Let's say 4K. A PC for 4K is okay. It's an okay PC.
a little confusing because so many people are redacted out of this, but this is the first contact with current management. So Green, or the person that's messaging, is
Fuck off, I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm gonna read what you show. Hi blank. I'm blank part of Dokibird staff team. I've been working with Doki since August, and before that you had contact with blank, most likely due to the charity auction thing. I'm unsure this came to be and why. Wait, when was this first contact? 16th of January 25. Okay, hold up. Let's just look at Doki's statement real quick. Oh look, February 2nd this year. Okay, that's an important thing. That's an important thing. Why? Because he fucking ghosted them for a long time. Not between this and Doki's contact, but beforehand. Right? I'm unsure why Doki has to pay this out of her own pocket and the item isn't donated. Oh god, look. Oh, you don't see it. Look. I'm gonna enhance for you all. She I'm gonna say this, lined it. She is lining this. Oh, I want to see what she say. I want to see what she will say.
manager number
Mushroom. Wait, did I bump up the speed by accident?
3. Now,
I didn't. Okay. Hold up. Let's zoom out a little bit so you all can see what her reactions. There we go. Let's see what she says here. I want to see because she emphasizes on some lines. She lines
Pink,
something.
remember, is the artist, and this teal name over here is the first manager, the manager number 1. Manager 3 says, "Hi, artist. I am redacted, part of Dokibird staff team. I've been working with Doki since August, and before that, you had contact with Manager 1, most likely regarding the charity auction. I am unsure how exactly this came to be and why Doki has to pay this out of her own pocket, and the item isn't donated, but this has been before my time. Regardless, this is the item." They link the Tiltify. The PC case has a fair market value of 3,500 USD at the time, a year ago.
Why
From what
didn't
I
you post the
understand
link?
is that the person that asked for the PC also has some additional requests that they were willing to pay for themselves. At the moment, I feel we need to find a solution to what you can deliver for that amount currently. Referring to, I guess, 3,500 USD, what the auction winner is happy with, and what we can do to remedy the situation. 1-year-old specs can be an issue. I personally think we need to look at the charity item and update it and what it would currently cost you to fulfill. Then we should get in direct DM contact with the bidder of the auction and verify the specs and tell him this is what we can do for the price. If they seem to want additional specs, then we should, Doki bidder or Doki staff, talk about that and what the cost is and who should pay for it. So regarding the
She's trying to say that management was bitching with the fact that and probably applied Doki bitch to the management, how she has to pay out of her own pocket. Her own personal funds, mind you. People often forget that she has an LLC. When you have an LLC, when you're the CEO, let's say Doki is the CEO because it's her IP and shit like that, alright? The money she gets, you think all of that money that she gets from super chats at the end of the month and everything goes to, in her pocket. The CEO and or founder of an LLC, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a shocker, everyone, but they don't have access to all of the money. They get a paycheck. They pay themselves. They cannot pay them all of the money. There's a lot of money. VTubers, big VTubers. This is what Vebe said. Vebe explained that a couple of years ago. But she literally is sitting on a lot of money. The money she's getting from subs and stuff like that goes to her LLC, her corporation, you know? Because you have to when you're making that much money. She pays herself a paycheck. Doki more likely does that herself. So there's a lot of money that is in the company's budget. You still watching? Yes, because I was having an aneurysm for an hour. I already debunked one of this thing. I had to fucking research my shit, unlike what Kat does. You know, where was I? This was 21:23. I was watching because the shit, and I wasn't watching the whole thing. I spent an hour reading Doki's thing and explaining some stuff. But this right here, this little value, PC value, this little price, they're saying that they misinterpreted, she implied that they deliberately did the conversion rate to be 350 US instead of 350 pounds. Why? Because the pound is worth more. So they're implying that they skirted the artist around 200 pounds or so. That's not a small amount. But in PC Picker, already there's a major issue. Mew Mew, look, I'm gonna zoom in. Look at this. United States PC part, and this would be like the art, like the builders. Like he had a previous build, everything in stock. And by the way, look, change United Kingdom. Oh no, different conversion rate. The appropriate conversion rate. So this is a non-argument because Doki's team wanted it to be in US. So they looked at his page, they picked United States. By the way, United States is in default every time you open the site. And boom, they get the amount of the same price, the appropriate conversion rate. I'm slowly losing my mind. Like you said, Ada, I'm slowly losing my mind to this stupidity. Because this is something that I figured this out in 15 seconds. I want to see that Artist Now PC Picker page. I want to see it.
Donate their work and have that donated.
So they already, they set the price at, no wait, the PC case had a fair market value of 3,500. So they already kind of set the fucking price. So what's the problem with that?
Work be auctioned off for.
At the Tiltify page of the auction, they link the PC, they got the price off. Please, if you can, give me the link. Send it here, please. If you can. I see this link, but I don't think I can manually type this out because I have shit eyesight. I'm straining my eyes just to read the screenshots because I don't want her to read me the screenshots. I want to read them myself. Why? Because she didn't post the fucking Google Doc. So I can't fucking read it. So I have to spend fucking hours listening to her yapping bullshit in front of me that already I debunked some of the stuff in the 7-minute mark. In the first 7 minutes, I already debunked one of this. How did I do? I just fucking think. I think for 5 seconds. Kat said the conversion wasn't right, but the 3K USD matches what it was sold for.
For charity. But again, like I showed you in the beginning of stream.
And she's shown the censored fucking, shown the censored PC, the page of the fucking artist. Why didn't she post the doc? People could link it, click on the link and see for themselves. But no, she didn't. Why? Because there will probably be a flaw in her fucking doc. They would see the fucking flaw. It's manipulative behavior. It's bullshit.
For this out of her own pocket and the item isn't donated. So there was an option for artists that Doki was working with for the auction to donate their work and have that donated work be auctioned off for charity. But again, Like I showed you in the beginning of stream in the VOD, Doki had previously stated she would cover the pieces and pay for it if the artists don't want to donate. And there was never an expectation artists would donate. Because remember, I will be paying you for your service.
Yes, for the service. Service. The problem is that she has to pay for everything in addition to the service. Or better, no, actually, no, better yet. Why would she pay if he didn't fucking make the PC? She is trying to fucking show this little line. Why does Doki have to pay this out of her own pocket and the item isn't donated? Because he didn't fucking build the PC, dumbass!
There was never an expectation artists would donate. Because remember, I will be paying you for your service. So manager 3 starts getting a little weird about this, like, you should have donated it thing. Which again...
No! No way you... That's not what that's written in. That's not what was written. Read... Lads, she expects us to not have a reading comprehension. Look, on the pocket and the item isn't donated. It doesn't mean the manager didn't mean for the artist to for free build the PC. It meant that it wasn't donated to the winner of the auction. Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god! Ada was fucking right. God fucking damn it! I said I wouldn't, but this is worse than I thought. Shit, fuck, shit, fuck. Holy fuck! This isn't... Look, the item isn't donated to the fucking charity winner. But she has the brass balls.
There was never an expectation artists would donate. Because remember, I will be paying you for your service. So manager 3 starts getting a little weird about this, like, you should have donated it thing. Which, again, in my opinion, is not fair whatsoever, you know?
It's not fair because she... Oh, I'm gonna have so much fucking free time getting the clips and posting them on Twitter. I'm thoroughly committed into fucking piece by piece dismantling the fucking narrative she concocted already.
And I think because it's for charity, this does devolve a little bit because there starts to be some sort of guilt tripping of being like, well, for...
By the way, we're gonna have a part 2 of this. We're gonna have a part 2. Because I already spent fucking 3.5 hours and it's like half past 11. 10:34 p.m. It's very late here.
For the good of charity, you should have donated it. Da da da. This might...
This fucking wanker. She is implying that management said that to the artists that they should have. She's implying that the management, the third management, was pressuring the artist to build the PC for free. But in the same screenshot, they're saying this: we picked the estimate value of this, and you haven't told us anything, and they don't, which isn't donated. And when and they clearly meant it was for the winner of the charity.
Sort of guilt tripping of being like, well, for the good of charity, you should have donated it. Da da da. This...
They didn't mean that. They didn't mean that. Look, when they said for the item that wasn't donated, it means that it wasn't donated to the fucking winner of charity, cat. It doesn't mean that they're peer pressuring the fucking art builder to do it for free.
There was an option for... the auction off for charity. But again,
what a malicious fucking person. What a malicious fucking arsewipe.
like I showed you in the beginning, if the you should, because it's of being like, well, and I respect giving to charity, but you shouldn't try to.
And now she spends 22 20 minutes trying to plant this as a guilt trip. Oh no, I'm gonna end it here. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do a part fucking 2. We're gonna do a part fucking 2, everyone. And now, when part 2 comes, okay, I'm going to, and it's gonna be on the weekend because I have a collab with Nerdy Badger. We have to pick, and I have to edit videos for main channel. Okay. What? I'm gonna fucking watch this entire video. So let's say, let me see. Let's say next Saturday or Friday. So 23rd or 24th of May, the part 2 stream is gonna come. By then, I'm gonna watch this entire video and I'm gonna dissect it bit by bit. We're gonna have a follow back. We're gonna go through a little bit. So we stopped at 22:15. I memorized it, all right? So we're gonna finish this stream now, okay? Sorry, but I'm gonna have to cock block you a little bit. So make sure to like and sub. And I'll see you all on the 24th or the 23rd of May. Here's the Twitter, which you all be notified of. Of the stuff. Here's also my Discord if you want. However, if you want to join in. And I'm just gonna blast my 2 main channels as well. Which is my Twitch and my YouTube. Main YouTube. I have to edit a video, I have to do this and that. Thank you all for being here. I already lost my fucking patience with her, but we made some good analytical progress a little bit. So far, from what I've seen, there is definitely malice. This comment
for
right
charity
here,
thing, which again, in my opinion, is not fair whatsoever, you know? And I think because it's for charity, this does devolve a little bit because there starts to be some sort of guilt tripping of being like, well, for the good of charity, you should have donated it, da-da-da. This.
Yeah, she is implying that management and by proxy Doki guilt tripped the artist to do it for free, which wasn't it. Okay. And I'm already now fully convinced with this line alone, this wasn't gross negligence, this was malicious intent. She intentionally made this little bullshit. And by the way, I archived this video. I have my own personal copy of it. So if she ever fucking tries to delete this, I'm just gonna pull it up. And I advise everyone to have their own archives. Alright? So I'll see you all next week for the part 2 of this stream. Part 2 of this. Maybe it will happen earlier. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, thank you all for being